Snark Tank. You're about to get your ears glazed by the great Chris Raygun, Derek Blackman, and Tom Sweeney. Sit back and prepare for some action. Sit back and prepare for some glazing glory.
My boy.
That's that old meme, right?
Enough.
Is that Oblivion?
No, it's the Sega CDI. No, sorry, not Sega, but the CDI Zelda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my boy Link.
Oh, I barely, dude.
Squad-a-la, we are off.
Squad-a-la?
Yes.
That's like that fucking Pauly Shore Pinocchio movie where he goes iskide 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 when he runs out the window.
I don't remember
God.
that.
There's a Pauly Shore.
That 2017 Pinocchio movie.
There's an animated.
I thought you were gonna say like 90s.
No, this is like recent.
With Pauly Shore?
Yeah.
Playing whom?
Pinocchio.
I am so taken aback.
I swear to God, it's real. It's the strangest. Welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast. It's me, Chris. It's him, Sweeney. It's him, Derek.
So the IP is up for grabs. Is that what's happening?
Pinocchio? Is it public domain?
I think it was.
Yeah, it's public domain, so they made that weird thing that you're talking about.
Because it wasn't made
you got
by
Lies
them.
of Penis, I guess.
Oh yeah, Liza.
It wasn't made by them. Like that is, they don't own that one.
What do you mean?
They never owned that.
Pinocchio,
They never.
Well,
they didn't create.
They don't.
Pinocchio.
Well, they didn't create anything.
Yeah, they didn't create
that was
any of
the
those.
Brothers Grimm, right? Did most of the stuff.
Yeah, so I think most of it was up for grab. Like it was always in domain.
They interpret it in a way that I don't know exactly
like
how you
Pooh
do
Bear,
it. But
like Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh was created by them, and then it went to public domain afterwards. I think Mickey. I think Mickey goes to public domain. I think it did either last year or this year.
No,
or
Mickey,
next year.
no, Steamboat Willie, the original Mickey.
Oh yeah, Steamboat
did
Willie.
enter public domain.
Penis
Yeah.
Already.
Steamboat Penis. Yeah,
Yeah,
Steamboat,
that's what that is. Those things are fine, but like Steamboat Penis,
Yeah, why'd you say that?
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
trash.
That's crazy that you said that.
You're so immature, dude.
Yeah, sure. If they saw our text chat, they'd be like, "Oh wow, who's
They
it?"
absolutely, bro. What you responded with, I was like clapping. I was like, I saved that so fast.
Dude,
Yeah, that should have
Dude,
saved on my
fuck-
phone forever.
it was the craziest thing I've ever
It's
seen.
like it makes like 13-year-old me like so happy. Like seeing shit like that, it's like the pinnacle of stupid immature humor.
It validates a part of us in this podcast that's so funny because I feel like because everything he makes is always like a really is this at least
So hold
one
on, we're
really
talking
abrupt one.
about something. We're talking about something that only we understand.
Of course, it's completely.
So I found this image of it's that famous image of
Scorsese.
going cinema, absolute cinema. I found this image of it. It just says absolute N words, hard R.
Hard R, like big, dude.
And it is so. It's so striking. It was such a shocking thing to scroll through that I had to save it and I sent it to you guys.
Yeah, I don't even. I sent something. I don't even remember because it got booted out of my memory.
You said something that was not the same degree.
It was not even a
It
little
wasn't even
bit.
close.
It
was like hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby type situation.
Yeah. I don't even remember what it was.
It's rev up those dicks.
Oh yeah,
because
Listen, welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast. Patreon.com/Snark. If you want to support the show, go on over there. There's a bunch of tiers. There's a question asking tier. There's a ad-free tier. There's all sorts of shit. There's a really high tier where you get your name right at the end of the show, as is customary.
yes.
And,
Become immortalized forever.
Yeah, become immortalized forever in the annals of history.
When the aliens find us, they'll be like, "Oh, who's Snark Tank and all these people must be their disciples and really important people."
Yeah, the king of haphazard. Where's haphazard?
Where is Haphazard? And who is?
And what is a king?
What king? They still had kings in this era? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Who's Kingston's dad?
Wow.
Who's Kingston's dad?
Oh, I put up a little compilation on the previous podcast.
Oh,
where we
yeah, I
talked
saw.
about-
I did see it.
Yeah,
all the
and
images of
dude,
my dad.
Some of them. There's this guy. Man, I forgot his name. It's something like. I don't want to. I was gonna say his name wrong.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I remember it's a playoff of something. His name, whatever. I was gonna say like Bratophile, but that's not right. That's not right. It's not.
sound
It's
right.
something. in the same thing, but not fucked up.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy, he made a really good Kingston's Dad. Like, did you see it? It's in the.
Is it always a little chubby and he has the gun and he's
that one
is it the
good.
top left one?
Yeah,
that dude.
Very
that was
detailed.
very striking. That's the best. Like I definitely want that on a shirt. That's such a good.
Yes.
That is such a good image. It's crazy.
100%.
Especially with no context. What the fuck is this?
What that? I was like, should it say anything or should it just be the picture?
I feel like it should just be the
Is
picture.
the picture. I was thinking about the but like maybe not. Maybe on the sleeve.
Aw.
That's kind of good, actually, on the sleeve. I got someone actually creating what you call it.
No, that
Final Fantasy, yeah.
Oh, Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
No, Final Fantasy.
Not Hung Bob.
That's what you pointed at, Hung Bob.
We have a Hung Bob in the audience.
Yeah. Nah.
That lets you know what kind of show this is.
Hung Bob. I don't think you can show. I don't think you can show that. I don't think you can actually show that on YouTube.
I think you can. Yeah, you can.
I don't think it'll be able to tell what the fuck's going on with that.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah,
He's roping though.
And if not, does it fucking matter?
It doesn't matter
At this point,
He's roping pretty hard, man.
we're doing okay as far as the there's a little bit of rehabilitation going on, I feel. And not every episode is getting demonetized.
that is true.
Yeah, so, but we'll see how I don't know if there's any actual real criteria. I don't know. The algorithm does what it wants.
Yeah, it's completely buttfuck random.
Yeah.
Do you think? I feel like Hung Bob's the kind of guy that could come in the ground and make a lake.
All right.
You know, like he comes so much as it's like.
I don't think.
Just completely
Well, no.
like.
Does now I'm starting to think about what the
Sponge
internal
attacking it.
logic of a sponge expelling liquid but not absorbing it with no force. You know,
No, it has to be force.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who's doing it? He sucks himself in.
It gets tiny, then it acts out and it just shoots.
Well, whatever. We're gonna jump into questions early because I want to experiment with getting as many questions right as possible. I'm sure we'll remember things to talk about throughout the show. But the first question comes from Colin Moriarty. Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Colin. He says, hello, hello, homos. It's definitely Colin.
Dope.
Taking it back.
He says, hello, homos. It's Thursday. Where's the episode? Need for not kill self at job. Yours truly, Grug. This must have been this was posted 6 days ago. I wanted to read it because it's we don't have an answer for this because the episode's out. But I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that Colin Moriarty wrote into our program here.
Wow, I didn't know he was an avid listener to or say if there was like a delay of any sort that it really upset him.
The idea he says he's going to kill himself at his job. He's in the middle of recording with Chris.
Yeah.
He just blows his own brains out.
He's not even paying attention to what's happening.
No, he is. He's like fully locked in and he's boom.
That is, it's funny. As I was reading it, hello, homos isn't very Colin, but I might kill myself at work.
That's
pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely him.
Well, thank you so much, Colin, for being a big fan of the podcast.
Thanks for being a supporter as well. Like a paying. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
thank you, Colin. Much appreciated, dude.
Yeah,
Really
dude.
dope of you.
Yeah, we got to get you on the show at some point soon.
Mm-hmm.
Keep paying us, though.
Yeah. Man of Action wrote in. He said, last year you said you were going to do an election extra ammo for your dictatorships, and we haven't gotten anything since. Is that still happening or what?
Let's ignore that.
No.
Keep moving.
Listen.
Ignore it.
Listen.
So here's was my idea.
Yeah.
But it's clearly like the joke didn't land at all. Was that we were gonna have these pitches for our dictatorships. We each had an episode dedicated to pitching what our dictatorship would look like. I had my own rules. Kingston had his own rules. Derek had his own rules. And the joke in my mind was that, like, yeah, we promise an election will happen, but no such election will happen because it's dictatorships, right?
Pretty meta.
But then everybody was. I got too cute with it. I didn't really have an intention of really doing it an election episode.
Yeah, it felt complete to me.
Yeah. Like it felt like it was over.
Finish felt complete
It felt
to
like
me.
I was like, cool. Yeah. But yeah.
Also, I don't remember at all what the fuck we talked about.
No, I remember like one thing because it's just things in real life that I want actually.
Exactly.
So I remember a couple of things.
I don't know where I am.
just killing people for minor infractions that are because they're assholes.
Yeah, I think you wanted to trebuchet
them.
people into the
Yes.
sun. I think.
Just into the air.
Oh, not the
It
sun.
didn't have to. I think at some point there was an escalation where they would go directly into a wall. I don't remember. something like that. But
big trebuchet at 500 miles an hour into a brick wall.
Can we acknowledge that trebucheting someone into a wall is the same as just trebucheting them up?
yes,
No.
but well,
yes.
no.
One is
No.
One is
No, it's not.
less brutal, but you're gonna die.
No. But it is very not the same.
How are we gonna argue this?
Here's my argument. All right, a trebuchet directly into a wall is far more than terminal velocity. You understand? Like that amount of pressure throwing you directly into a wall, like damn near point blank, is absurd.
Yeah.
Whereas like being
one would call
thrown
it
into the
mercy.
air.
No one, yeah, that is a merciless one.
That's
the
a-
other one is trying to detach yourself from a little
So
bit.
I'm
I just shot him up.
I'm starting to jog my memory
Right.
now that we're talking about it. Because, okay, people have fallen from planes and survived. Some people have fallen from buildings and survived. So you have
That's right.
a very small percentage that you could survive, and that is your, like, okay, you've paid your debt, and now you can go back to living your life.
If you
It's-
survive the fall from the trebuchet, you've earned the right to
it's-
not suffer the crime
It's like-
that got you trebucheted in the first place.
Yes.
You get to survive unaccosted.
Absolutely.
Chris, remember we were in New York and it was like the Backrooms thing where the guy endured the Backrooms, got out, and it fell from the sky.
What are you talking
You
about?
remember you were watching the Backrooms compilations?
In-
and the guy, when we were in New York, I forgot what reason we
Oh,
were in New York
were
for.
we-
It was me, you, and Lily.
Was it for the what the fuck were we there for?
I don't remember, but we were in New York for some reason. And we were taking a flight or something like that, and I was like, hey, Chris, just come stay with me and Lily for the night, and then we'll all ship out together. But for some reason, like after enduring this terrible liminal space where fucking interpretive art canisters come at you and try to kill you, you fall out of this space from like 300 feet in the air, and then it's like, oh well.
So I
hopefully
apologize.
you survive.
I apologize to the listeners. Our co-host is tweaking right now.
No, you didn't. I showed you guys this.
He's tweaking up a storm.
I'm not twat.
You're I think he's on a lethal dose of fentanyl. Clearly, I don't know what fentanyl does.
I think it makes you silly, right?
It's a hyper downer.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like it pulls.
Oh, I
you
guess
into
that's why the
floor.
zombies they walk around like all slanted and italicized.
Yeah.
Um,
Italicized.
But okay, so I know what you're saying. We watched Backrooms videos in this Airbnb. I think I was in New York visiting family. You were there as well, but then we were going to do a live show.
Yeah, I think so.
And then we happened to go from the same place. We were like, let's just leave from the same. I don't remember. It bothers me that I barely remember.
Yeah, because you go so seldom anyway. You don't go that often.
Yeah, I
So
guess not.
I think you would
Were we
remember.
on a flight? Were we on the same flight?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't understand why we would have been there recently together for any reason.
No, we were on the same flight to Richmond. Yeah, we were.
Richmond, but did we go to?
Was this Richmond and not New York?
No, we were together in New York, but we went to Richmond.
Oh, and then you
together.
went to Richmond from there.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. But no, I barely remember that. I thought you were talking about like an actual thing that happened in New York to us.
No.
Yeah,
No
I
way.
at first was thinking that, and I'm like, oh, when did canisters of paint attack you guys?
Yeah, like what the?
And
I
when
don't.
did the floor fall out? I was, I was like, what the fuck were you? What adventures did you guys get into? And failed to mention it on the podcast.
yeah, never mentioned that.
remember-
It's like Indiana Jones, how he's like, yeah, there's all those books,
Yeah.
the adventure serials where he like fights fucking Quetzalcoatl or whatever the fuck, and like he just never mentions it again.
Whatever.
I saw a great video recently of like that was like, should Indiana Jones dedicate his life to Christ?
Should he?
Yeah, should he? Because like he has no reason to not believe in Jesus.
That's a good.
You
point.
know,
That's
like
a very
he's
good point.
witnessed the Ark of the Covenant.
Yes.
He's witnessed like fucking the Kalima shit. So clearly the supernatural
There's
shit
fucking
happens.
yes, absolutely.
And then he fucking meets a knight of the Templars or whatever the fuck. He meets like a 700-year-old man who was guarding Jesus's chalice in the Last Crusade. And he watches it like heal his dad from a fucking bullet wound. Spoilers for the old Indiana Jones movies, by the way.
Yeah, I can't believe you, Chris. Damn it.
I know.
Damn it.
I'm damn near Kingston with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But like, yeah, it's a good point. Like,
That
it
is
makes
a very good point.
and apparently in the new movies, he says something like, I've seen things I can't explain, but I've come to learn it's not so much what you believe, it's how hard do you believe it?
The fuck does that mean?
Well, first of all, it means nothing. It's a complete. It is one of the most empty platitudes I've ever seen. Nothing about it interpreted or dissected makes any lick of sense.
I keep hearing people say that if you take Indiana Jones out of all the movies still go on pretty much the same way.
Certainly not.
There's just a cool focal point of it. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't argue that.
No,
exactly.
that couldn't be more incorrect. What? How?
I need to watch this video essay.
Watch it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a crazy one. Like, I think the dedicate his life to Christ thing is valid. He has no reason to be as suspicious as he is.
Oh, sure.
It's like my favorite one like that is like is LeBron James a Viltrumite? it's like a 35-minute video, and I watched it and I was laughing my ass
People make
off.
videos about fucking anything now.
That's fun.
Sounds fun.
That's
I will admit it. That is so goddamn stupid, but since
Viltrumite?
clearly they're not being serious, that sounds fun.
Muscular
you know what I mean?
build,
There's
mustache.
There's a guy.
Good father.
It's like I like how it can be easily explained away by steroids. You know what I mean?
I haven't found a lot of new content to watch really on YouTube, but there's one guy I found. This dude, Annie Austin. Do you know Annie Austin?
Annie Austin.
So he's just this. He's like this. This is gonna sound mean, but I mean it in like a sincere, like positive way. Mm-hmm. He's like a very like run of the mill kind of almost like somewhat boring guy. Like he's like very straightforward. He like goes into like statistics or whatever. Okay. But he makes videos like, do the rivers in Skyrim actually lead anywhere?
Oh,
and
I saw that video.
Oh, yeah.
And do the power lines in Liberty City connected, like, do they make sense? And the most recent one that he said, like, do the pipes in Starfield actually go, like, do they mean anything? And they're pretty good videos, actually.
The Skyrim one is crazy because they all do lead to a certain point, like up in the mountains.
Yeah,
that one is actually really fucking cool.
That's the one that I saw.
Yeah, I think boring's the wrong word. I guess like more like dry. I guess is what
dry,
I mean to say.
Very on the spectrum type of like content.
Yeah,
where like you're thinking things that people normally wouldn't focus on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's awesome stuff. Like I have that level of autism, but it's like very specific. Like I couldn't do that for anything that I was playing.
Yeah,
the fact that he can do that for like just damn near anything that he's picking up is pretty.
I love
awesome.
shit like that. I love just explanations.
Yeah.
I love shit like that. So I'm like, off and
I
down.
like
I'll
when
watch
people
this.
people go out of their way to do things that I normally wouldn't think of, like say. In Oblivion Remastered, people are like, "Oh, look it, I'm standing right here and I can see the third of the world," you know, like so you can. Like,
oh, really?
See.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, look at like fucking Skyrim. They're like, oh, and then people are saying like Parthenax would be there around this time too. He'd still be there. He'd be chilling.
Oh, he's not dead yet.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, you don't fucking.
That's crazy.
You don't beat the piss out of him.
Oh, you
haven't beaten the absolute piss out of him yet.
Parthenax is being killed is so funny because he's literally like not bad at all.
He's such a nice guy.
He's like, I'm just trying to help you.
You
gonna kill me?
Isn't that
I didn't
Mario?
kill him the first time.
Yeah, it's Mario.
It's Mario, right? The voice actor for Parthenax.
I was like, what are you talking about?
It's either Parthenax or Alduin, but I'm pretty sure it's Parthenax.
Parthenax is Mario.
But yeah, like that you're talking about the in the Oblivion remaster, right? How you could see the that's really cool. I love that shit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oblivion's so good, by the way.
How close is it?
I've been having a lot of fun.
Isn't Skyrim like one of the subcontinents? Right? Isn't it like a subcontinent? And for
Well, they're all regions of Tamriel.
Tamriel's the planet, right? No, that's Tamriel's the planet.
Tamriel's
the continent.
Tamriel's the continent.
Continent, right?
Yeah.
And then
they're basically countries or nations or whatever.
Because I know that
as far as I know,
where the Red Guards are, they're not from the same continent. Same thing with the Angonians. They're not all from the same continent. They can be there.
Argonians, you mean?
Argonians.
Yeah.
So I was like, imagine a lizard person. Like, how do you not be terrified of that?
Well, if you grew up in that world, I guess nothing's really that weird.
I think it's still a little frightening seeing one.
I don't think so.
I don't know, especially with the threats that people who live there already deal with on a regular basis. Like you wander,
wraiths?
Yeah, like wraiths and just real ass ghosts.
Yeah,
and like zombies.
The fact that they're called ghosts.
Yeah,
like it's not like specters or
no,
it's a ghost. It's straight up ghost.
I go into a church and everyone's slaughtered, and you're like, oh, and you go downstairs and there's a bunch of skeletal ghosts slapping you and shit, like hovering, and I'm like, oh, this is
and you kill them with regular weapons.
Yeah,
that means your sword kills a ghost again.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So like you have a world that is like already so scary on its own that like an unemployed lizard
is like a lizard slave.
Yeah, like just so like a racist cat man who doesn't like No, it's the lizard who's racist, right? The lizard who makes jokes about the Argonian that makes jokes about the Khajiits. Like, why do Khajiits lick their own butts to get the taste of their food? They're cooking out of their mouths. Ah, and it's like that's not very scary. You know,
I think Khajiits are the funniest because I think it's funny that they're not allowed in cities. And like,
are they not?
No, in Skyrim they're not allowed in cities. They're outside a Whiterun. They don't let them in.
Oh, that's true.
They don't let them in.
I never thought. I never thought of that.
I was like,
I just assumed that they were like nomads, so they were like never.
They're nomads because they were made nomads.
Why? Wait, why are why?
Well,
okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
Because
Are Argonians allowed in the cities?
Yes.
I think
that is crazy.
They're indentured servants.
Yeah.
That's crazy though. Still
to
to
the
me.
Khajiits, they go in cities and they rob you.
The question is, and this is where I feel like the philosophy of Skyrim or just even Tamriel or Elder Scrolls is interesting. Where is it like how the way Black Americans are perceived? Like, oh, there's a handful because of circumstances that do certain things and join certain gangs, but most of them are chill, but they're all being labeled and they're all in, you know what I mean? Is it like one of those things? Or is it legitimately Khajiits are just fucking thieves? It's just in their blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing about for me, right? My first interaction with Khajiit was Jazago. Fuck that nigga.
Who's Jazago again?
The one that joins you when you go to the school and he gives you that spell, the scroll that always blows you up.
What?
You don't remember that from Skyrim?
I gotta be honest. I barely.
It's been too long.
It's been so long.
Windhelm? Where's the fucking?
Oh, in the college?
Yeah, the college. Is it Windhelm?
Winterhold, I think.
Winterhold.
Right? The College of Winterhold, right?
I think that sounds right.
That's where the magic.
It's where snow is. It's where there's a bunch of snows there.
I assume it's Winterhold.
Yeah, Winterhold.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're correct.
Well, you meet,
but I also hate when I do this because I'm so not confident about.
Yeah.
So what happens is you meet him there, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll be your ally. I'll go with you to go find this really interesting thing." And he gives you the scroll, and it's like it's a very powerful scroll with his fucking clearly Antonio Banderas ass accent. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'll trust him. What is he? I have no reason to trust this guy. He's a little cat feller, and it blows you up every time you use it. And it can't kill you because you're pretty much effectively, like, by that point, you're pretty fucking sturdy. And he's like, oh,
so he just blows you up to inconvenience you, basically.
He tries to kill you. He literally tries to kill you.
Yeah.
Tries to kill the Dragonborn. That's crazy.
For no good reason.
That's crazy, man.
Why would you even try to kill, like...
The Dragonborn is so overpowered.
Well, dude, like he's aware that you're the Dragonborn.
Yeah,
and it's like, why would he try to...
Main characters of these games in general, I like. It's always hilarious to me.
Well, think
like even in Destiny, where like when a fucking fallen dreg runs after you, it's like I've died and come back millions of times.
What are you?
Why would you even trying? Like, did you not? Like, is the intel that bad? Like that you don't know what you're dealing with at all?
I love that.
They don't have comms.
It's like
they don't have comms in the far distant magical future.
Right.
They don't have comms.
I will say shout out to the guards of in Oblivion because they're pretty powerful for
Oblivion,
dude, I stole a horse on accident because I was just doing I was the next in line emperor, right? I was delivering him and I made a mistake by jumping on I kind of glitched and jumped on a horse on accident. One of the ones that I would be given afterwards. But I jumped on it and then that fucking asshole, hey, stop. And he immediately started attacking me. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I just jumped on it for a second. I jumped off, starts attacking me. I have to knock him out. And I was like, okay, everything's solved. And when I had to come back later, fucking guard, stop. And I was like, fuck. Like, I thought we were square. That we were good.
Over.
You knocked out a guard and then left and came back and you thought...
No, I didn't knock out the guard. I knocked out the guy that I was delivering the...
and
then I thought everything was square.
Did you kill him?
No, because you just knock him. Important people can't be killed, right? You knock them out.
Oh, well, he just woke up and told on you.
I hope
Apparently.
they take that out of the next one. I hope you can kill people. I hope you can actually...
Because then it's like, you can so absolutely break the game, though. That's the only problem.
Oh, no, you would just cut off storylines. Like, certain storylines.
But if you're doing the main story, you will break the game if you do that.
I think you should be allowed to do that, though. I think that's cool.
Wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind.
I get why they don't do that.
Yeah.
But like, it would be nice.
I wouldn't mind. If it's like, this playthrough was fucked. You screwed it up. You know, like,
I want there to also be a timeline, a storyline when you get a Daedra as one of your allies.
Maybe
that'd be fun.
Because you meet, so particularly in Skyrim, you meet a fuck ton of them. I know in this one you fight them, but in Skyrim, you like the guy that's with the Wabbajack. I forgot his name. The
I
guy
don't
that
remember
gives
his
it
name
a-
either.
The
Wabba,
Wabba
Wabba Jackie Chan.
Yeah, bro.
Wabba Jackie Chan. But yeah,
Fantastic,
that
Chris.
motherfucker's like making jokes and laughing his ass off, and like,
Uncle, here's the weapon that is really stupid.
yeah, it'll turn you into a Chinese man, then a dragon.
That's the one that just turns anything into
in a
anything.
random. It's just random. It's just RNG.
What a fun idea.
I was in a fight and I shot it at a fucking dog and it became a blood dragon. And I was like, I just ran the
Dude,
fuck
that
away.
is probably a very rare thing you did because I've never had that happen to me.
I think the blood dragon is the second strongest creature in the game.
I don't think I even fought a blood dragon.
That's probably
my
like a
entire time in
0.5% chance.
Probably
that you pull.
less than that.
Like maybe less than that because I've
Because
never pulled a.
The blood dragon is when you start playing like the higher difficulties.
Oh yeah, I don't fucking.
And I was like me and Jalen were just playing on a high difficulty for some reason.
Skyrim is too jank for me to get any. Like there's, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but there are certain games that are so jank or like unreliable to play that I get no satisfaction from like playing them on like super high difficulties.
It doesn't also feel like it's not like say certain games like say an action RPG or something that is specifically the bosses or the enemies become really strategic and you have to beat them in specific ways where I just feel like it's just more sponginess.
Yeah.
It doesn't really I don't really notice the patterns much different other than the dragons don't really land. You got to kind of like shout them down or you got to they do things that are make it more difficult, but it's not like extremely strategic where I feel like it's a huge difference.
Yeah.
But also, you know, through alchemy and other things, I'm so overpowered anyway. Well, before I had mods, it was like I'm gonna spend hours grinding, so making a bunch of daggers, using alchemy, doing things to get a shitload of money, to get a bunch of the best fucking armor, and then just be like it's to the point where my friend was showing me some stuff where he's like he was so overpowered that when he fought Alduin, he punched him 3 times and it died.
That's so crazy.
He's just like.
Imagine the first hit. Imagine his feeling the first hit. Like he gets hit and he's like ringing.
His fucking eyes. His eyes became like cartoon, like the wolf. like who the fuck is this?
Who are you? He gets no answers, no closure at all.
No, because 2 more hits, you're just dead.
He's just running. You're running out to hit him again. He's flying away, and then you yell at him out the sky. He falls down.
Whoosh. That's the one big thing that I miss about like playing Oblivion. I was like, man, I miss being a Dragonborn.
Yeah. Have you ever done a no Dragonborn run of Skyrim?
No, I've never done that.
Where you just play as like a normal fucking person?
No, I've never.
Well, you're still unreasonably strong. You just don't have your like shouts or whatever.
I've never considered doing that. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I've played Skyrim incorrectly for many years.
Oh, like, you weren't
like intentional? No, I obviously did the main quest and all that, but like since I played it the first time, I've always played it in like really weird. Like I'm gonna go all the way to Markarth first.
Okay,
you know, or some shit. And it's cool that you could. I don't know, man. There's something about Elder Scrolls games, even like Oblivion, which is like dawning on me now. Although like the original is fucking unplayable in my opinion. Like I can't fucking.
Mine.
I acknowledge that it's better than Skyrim in many ways. But base Skyrim versus base Oblivion is not even close.
Okay. I think it's so funny how like.
I mean, it should be that. Like, imagine years later. Your game sucks compared to the one you released like 2006 to 2011.
Right.
Imagine it's like no improvements.
Yeah. But yeah, Oblivion Remastered is fucking great. I want to spend more time with it.
How strong are you? Like the idea of like you get everything to 100 and you walk into an area. Like, is there like reality bending in on you? How much shit you can do?
No,
you walk about like 100 and you're like, I think they can tell. They're like, oh, something's off with that guy.
They should.
I can feel him. He feels like he's right next to me, but he's standing over there.
You would imagine being that powerful, like because it's kind of like being just to us when you see like a large predator cat. You kind of like, yeah, you know, like immediately.
Like that dog that was like looking at his owner when it was near that fucking lynx or something like that, and the dog was like, "That's not a real dog. Yeah. That's not a real cat."
Oh man. Yeah, I can't remember what you would have to search to find that video, but yeah, there's like a video of just somebody brings a fucking lynx or like a genuinely like dangerous like small cat.
Yeah,
it's like a baby fucking I don't know jaguar or some shit. And the dog is just side eyeing the camera like, this should not be here at all. But
It
yeah.
reminds me of in the club. There's a picture. It's like somebody's doing the what do you call it? The selfie thing. It's like a video, and people are in the club, and then all of a sudden there's like a girl. You see her. She's having fun, and then a gun enters the frame, and her
she was
face
just looking
just
at the
completely
gun.
changes. Like it's so fucking funny. That would be easy to find.
A gun really ruins the vibe. It's
Completely,
like,
someone just has a gun casually out.
If
a gun is a gun is literally trauma dumping.
a gun is immediately the least cool thing if you don't have a gun. Also, like if you,
I think if I have a gun as well, I see a gun, my day's ruined.
I'm just
Probably.
like, fuck, am I gonna have to use this? No, me, I'm heading towards the door immediately. I don't want to be.
I'm gonna shout, "Oh shit, a gun!"
Yeah,
and
your
then I'm
expression drops, and no matter you could be laughing at the funniest joke you ever seen.
Yeah.
And a gun like,
Yeah, you're crying.
lock in.
he's got to lock in.
I think if I was at a party and me and Lily were together and I saw a gun, that'd be the only time I'd grab her aggressively and lead her out the party.
Yeah, I mean,
By the scruff of the
You
neck.
wouldn't
Like
even say anything.
Come on, we're leaving.
that's
Some
crazy.
sort of predator.
Oh, by the way, did you guys play Expedition 33?
I'm 7 or 8 hours into
I
it.
watched like an hour gameplay. I haven't played it yet.
It's really good.
I like
It
it.
looks insanely good.
Yeah, first of all, Charlie Cox is in it, which is great.
Yeah.
Shadowheart's in it, which is great.
So is Ben Starr.
Ben Starr's in
go
it.
right now.
Ben Starr just did a show with our guys at
Oh really?
LSM.
Dude, he's on an all-star run right now, dude. He's
He's on his route to being like the Troy Baker figure.
He's
the new Troy Baker.
the new Troy Baker, yeah. Thank God we have a new one finally. It's fucking
Thank God.
fucking shit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I like Troy Baker just fine, but like,
I like Troy Baker a lot too, but also I hate that through 2012, like maybe 2023, he was in everything. It's like enough now.
It was him and who else? There's one other person.
Mercer was
Nolan
really
North
popular.
was
Nolan North
originally-
and Troy Baker were.
Yeah.
And I remember it was Nolan North before Troy Baker.
Yeah, Nolan North was with the
Nolan North was
era.
first because he was Uncharted, Deadpool, a bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
He's the Ghost in Destiny after Peter Dinklage got replaced.
What the
Just such a
no.
weird fact. Such a weird fact that I remember. Yeah, you don't know that?
No, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
so like your
Peter
little your kind of companion familiar type character used to be played by Peter Dinklage for the first like I think year.
Definitely the beginning of the game.
The beginning of the game, yeah, it was played by Peter Dinklage, and like everybody made fun of him because he was too robotic or whatever, which I thought was kind of the point. I thought he was fine,
I
but
guess
it was a little underwhelming, I get. But yeah, they were, and then they realized like, oh, he's expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't keep paying him to come back to do like expansions and shit.
Yeah.
because he's half our budget. So we're gonna hire some. So they ended up like just replacing him with Nolan North.
That's crazy.
And I don't really like him as the Ghost. Really, I think he's a good actor. But
I don't
like,
think he's fine.
Should have been
he's too cheery in comparison.
what's his name? That means you're gay. Ice-T.
Ice-T is the Ghost.
Yeah. That would have been good.
I got news for you. We're going to orbit.
I think 50 Cent would be better.
50 Cent. I don't think he can read though.
Sepix
Oh, I
Prime.
guess he can
I
read.
think
He can
he
read.
very much so
I'm
read.
thinking of him making fun of Floyd
Him
Mayweather.
and Destiny is so great.
He's like, listen here, right?
Hey, yeah,
Listen here.
Hey.
We got to go take care of the fucking fallen, right? Zavala said meet him at the tower
Look,
ASAP.
you're not wrong that I feel like he probably would do a good job voice acting. I just
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's-
Do you remember he was in Gears 3?
what did he do in Gears? I don't remember.
Ice-T was just in Gears 3.
Gears.
No, we're talking about 50 Cent.
Oh, we're talking about 50 Cent. No, Ice-T
I was still on Ice-T.
Okay, no, What
Yeah, 50 Cent was not in Gears
That's
of War
what
3.
I
was about to be
I was
crazy.
like,
He's like,
huh? I gotta go play when I get home.
No, I think they modeled Coltrane after him, but that was about it.
Dude,
What?
Cole is like, everyone in Gears is roided to the point that they look like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that is the baseline.
So like actually, they
That's
all look
the
like Ninja
baseline.
Turtles.
They do look
But
like Ninja
then you
Turtles.
see Cole, and Cole is bigger than they
No, but
are.
I love
And
the-
it's like, why is he that size?
Well, because I love the conversation that the developers obviously had, where they were like, "Look, everybody's like you said looks like a Ninja Turtle, so this means this is normal. This is baseline." He's a thrash ball player, which all NFL players are juiced to the gills. So there needs to be a separation. So they made him look like a literal
He's
house.
slightly smaller than a berserker. He's slightly like his berserker build. It's like when Eddie Brock puts on the Venom suit in the animated series. It gets a little bit bigger. That's it.
Yeah, it's barely anything.
Or like Spider-Man gets smaller in the suit than he is
I love
outside.
that.
It's a fun idea.
I love that.
that Peter Parker is bulkier than Spider-Man.
I love that.
It's very funny. But yeah, no, Expedition 33. I'm only like 7 hours into it. I've been putting a lot of time into Marathon because it's only out for until like,
Right, the specific amount of time.
it's only out until the 4th, and I want to get as much time into it and record as much footage as I can because I think I want to do something with it.
Right.
But Expedition 33 is great.
Yeah.
I don't really like again, I'm not really a turn-based person.
Right.
But I think there's enough. There's like the fact that you have to dodge and you have to parry,
You can dodge and parry, which
and
is
like
really
the timing. It makes me feel like I'm not just watching a fight happen.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm actually like doing something.
The
That's my main
timing
gripe
is
with turn-based
fucking
games. Really.
Fast. I feel like a boomer. Where I was like, well, it's really a problem that I don't know the moves perfectly yet. So that was the thing where, like, you know, getting the timing perfect.
Yeah.
Where I don't know the move, so I'm like, I usually more go off knowing the move than like actually looking at the thing.
Yeah.
So where I was kind of like, oh, I feel old. Maybe feel old.
Well, dude, they do the Elden Ring thing too, where like a lot of the enemies like will have this
they
weird,
throw you
like,
off.
this awkward fucking delay to their fucking
Totally.
then it's just like, oh fuck you,
I'm
you
like
asshole, you know.
really fucking like paying attention to her. I'm really good at parrying in that game.
An Expedition?
Yeah, I'm good at that. It
Oh,
was-
me too, dude.
I kept
I'm
up
fucking
the
Harry Potter in that universe. Dude.
Harry Potter. That's crazy.
Fucking, I'm the
Fucking
boy who
Perry the
lives.
Platypus, man.
That's cool. The
Perry the
soundtrack's
Platypus.
fucking awesome in that game.
Oh, gorgeous.
I think people are like, this game was definitely
might
going to be in
be-
the competition of game of the year.
I
already.
think it. Yeah, I mean, I think it has a pretty high.
Yeah.
GTA 6 is looming there, but like, I actually don't know if it. GTA 6 would have to do something really incredible.
this game
because
is
I think
getting
what's
shouts.
GTA 5 win the game of the year shit?
Yeah, I think it did.
No, did it?
Definitely
I don't remember.
Definitely was in the conversation for sure.
I'm sure it was.
Let me look it up. You might be right. I'm sure it won something.
It had
but
to
like,
win something.
Yeah,
Especially like best online something or
best
whatever.
black person in the
Game of the year
I wish that was
It's
like,
Franklin's cousin.
list.
dude, I wish that it would win. It would win.
Yeah.
Yeah, God. I would say that'd be a cool genre, but then of course all the
Best black.
anti-wokey pieces of shit would get, why isn't there best white? And I'm like, shut up. Just can we? This is fun.
Is for fun. This is silly.
this
It's
is
the
fun.
fact that this is silly. Let's enjoy it. They're gonna get rid of it.
Please.
Oh, you know what?
What'd it win?
So because the Game Awards started in 2014,
Oh,
the
just
year
before.
after
After GTA
Grand
came
Theft
out.
Auto came
Yeah.
out, it didn't win.
Okay.
Because there wasn't anything to win.
Weird.
It wasn't a game where there was still E3.
That makes sense.
Well, it was like they had like the Spike Game Awards or whatever, but like it's not
official Game
nobody.
Awards,
Yeah, the
that's
official Game
right.
Awards didn't exist
before
until
Jeff
recently.
got kicked out. Before
Yeah.
Jeff got banished.
Because it's like the list goes from 2014 onward. It's like Dragon Age Inquisition, which is
Interesting.
crazy.
Well, I mean,
What was 2014?
It's not that
2014
crazy.
was a rough year.
That's
to
why I
be-
say it's
to
not
be
that
fair.
crazy when you think about it.
No, I mean, it's crazy for the context of like what that year was.
Yeah,
you know what I
okay,
mean?
yeah, you're
that
right.
was I believe. What was 2014? Was 2014 Destiny 1?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so 2014 was Destiny, Vanilla, the Master Chief Collection. When that came out and it was a fucking
That
disaster.
game wasn't playable for 2 years.
That game wasn't that game only got playable really reliably when it came to PC in 2019, which is crazy.
That's like actually insane.
It is the most egregious thing. It is the most
What are
egregious
they
thing.
doing? What are they doing?
I never used the code that my Xbox One came with. It came with the Master Chief, and I was just like,
Probably wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, that's probably would have blew up.
I
You probably
still
would've
have
put
it. I don't think I can redeem it anymore.
Dude, some of the
probably,
earliest
but-
videos that I had that popped off were like videos of me talking about like it's still broken. It's still not working at all. Dude, I'll never forget like there were so many things wrong with that game. It's crazy. Like when you won, like if you were playing like a free for all game and you got first place, it said Firth.
I remember that. I remember seeing that.
1th. Which was funny because they turned it into like a fucking emblem later on. Like
That's
like a
fun.
meme.
I like shit like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's cute.
but it's still also
It's cute, but it's
a
egregious.
testament.
Yeah.
to how fucked that game was.
Yeah, they
Firth.
yeah.
First place.
And dude, like, look, I was willing to give them
funny.
some leniency because like you're doing something that's crazy. Like matchmaking between like 5 different game engines is insane. So like I get it. This is a crazy undertaking, but also just don't do it if you can't do it.
It's just that.
Or just delay it until it's
Delay
fucking
it till
finished.
it
Like what are you
works.
doing?
The classic
I
not
can't even-
delaying things. I love it.
Yeah, well, that at least that changed at a certain
dude,
point. Like
guess
now things
what?
are getting delayed fucking all the time.
That's
Finally.
what- That's what.
Yeah. What?
I got it. I put my Switch 2 pre-order in already.
I knew it. Yeah. I mean, what are we talking about? Is that like a surprise?
It's not a surprise.
I thought. Can I be honest with you? I thought you already had it.
You already had the console?
Yeah, you already had it.
I
I
already
thought
had
you-
one
yeah.
in the house.
I thought you were.
Look what
yeah.
I got. I went to Japan and I stole it from a child. Isn't it
Crazy.
great?
So let me ask you something. What was the reasoning that you like? What was the thing that made you decide to like? You know what?
Well,
I'll grab it.
I want to get the new Pokemon game when it comes out. That's later on in the year. I want to grab that simply because my favorite Pokemon is one of the starters, so he's gonna get some sort of change into like his thing. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll get this. I played Pokemon again. I hate how much I enjoyed the last one, even though it's such a mess of a game. It's insane how they could make a game that is that broken.
We just can't have nice
But, like-
things because Kingston and his kin
His
will
kin-
continue to buy
his
slop.
Kinston.
I don't think
Kinston.
I don't think the Switch 2 is a slop. I think the problem
It's
with
not good enough. It's a fine machine. Don't get me wrong.
I think
Especially when you compare it to the previous machine.
Yeah, I think it's. I just don't have a like. There's nothing calling me to it.
Plus,
Understood.
I'm like one of those that people come over to play games stuff like that. So like,
Yeah.
it's like I guess I'll buy it because people come over to hang out at my house.
I just get look,
Sure.
My only thing is, and this is it's the same thing. You can make the argument for almost anything. We could have much better stuff if people had restraint, and we don't.
Yeah.
I think the problem for me was like the idea if the tariffs were going to affect it. I think it was like, all right, this is crazy. We can't. This can't work. Like it being 7+ is like that is too much. It being 5 is like, all right, this is relatively fine. They also made efforts to make it so tariffs wouldn't affect the price of the console, and I was like, that's brownie points. Plus, I have family that comes over all the time. I'm like, I was like an active house of people being there, so I guess I'll buy it and I'll get the Mario Kart bundle because it's gonna actually be used.
Look,
You can admit that you just want to.
Yeah, you
just
just
to
want-
play Mario Kart. It's fine.
because
I don't really. Mario
your
Kart,
family would play Mario Kart 8 no problem on the original Switch.
They play it, but it's like, oh, but why not get the newer one so everybody plays the more modern one? That's it. I mean,
That's
I'll enjoy it.
But I'm
I'll
saying that's
enjoy it.
for you. That's not for them.
I'll enjoy it, and we'll all enjoy it. Like
Your family won't be like, oh man, how come you don't have fucking 8 or 9? I mean 9 or whatever.
I don't think they'll make a big
damn,
deal
you
of
don't
it.
have the modern one. What's going on with you, Kingston? You fucking suck.
Well, you slacking?
What's wrong with you? You piece of shit.
You fucking suck, man. Get the new one.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
they would be like, anytime we'd have family functions and stuff, we'd play something ancient. Hey, bust out the fucking Guitar Hero. It'd be like a family thing that no one gives
I
a
get
shit.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
I admit it. I wanted it for Pokemon.
Yeah,
So I mean, I don't.
yeah,
I have no-
yeah.
I have no problem with that. I
think
just
it's fine.
I think it's. I don't know. We'll see.
I never really had a problem with the. I never really had a problem with the price. It's just like I just know myself and how much I use my Switch as it is, and I just don't. It just sits there,
Yeah.
collecting dust, and like every now and again I get like maybe maybe I'll play Tears of the Kingdom again, but then Oblivion Remaster, Expedition 33, Marathon. You know what I mean? There's too much stuff elsewhere, and I'm just like I never feel compelled to pick that thing
Now
up.
I'm just gonna put my.
So I'm just not gonna spend
I'm gonna put
$500
my
on
Zelda one
something
away.
that I'm
And
not
I'm just
gonna
like,
pick
all
up.
right, cool. I have this cool Zelda one that I'm just gonna put. I don't know, in my bedroom, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, hey man, yeah. Let's say to each their own.
I probably should have
To each
waited
their
for the
own.
Pokemon Edition one to come out. I regret that a little bit. I might flip this one to buy that one.
Yeah.
That'd be a better idea.
I hope it's fucking so broken you guys never learn your lesson.
You know, it's Master Chief Collection level broken. Like
I hope so.
like the fucking
console?
Yeah, the console.
That's crazy.
Like the games don't load. There's like
The game just kind of shows you. It automatically goes to like eFuck and it just shows you the inside of a fucking cavernous asshole.
yeah.
It's like, what? Who did this?
Dude, Reggie, you came back.
Reggie Fils-Aimé was like, you know what? It'd be a good idea if I fuck you niggas over on the Nintendo 3DS.
What was the phrase, that video of him?
I was like, well, excuse me. I have to go play Animal Crossing New Leaf on the Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah. I forgot about like there's like some weird video that I remember. Well, that's all the time we have today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go play Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS. It's so like
it's
robotic.
It's so, like come
The
on,
funniest
dude.
one is where he played some guy in Smash Bros. He was like, you play video games all day. I run a company. and he runs off. I'm like, that was just kind of mean, Reggie.
That is a little mean. Yeah.
Like that's like
I don't disagree, but
I
like,
get
relax.
it. Like I get it. Like get your shine on, but also
Yeah.
I don't think he deserved that. Exactly.
Whatever. Nintendo fans deserve it
Yeah, they do. They do. They absolutely do.
on some
I
level.
wonder if they're gonna make a new Smash. They have to make a new one, right?
I don't
eventually,
know.
right? Eventually.
Maybe. I mean,
I think Ultimate was pretty ultimate, but we'll see.
There just might be like another re-release of the.
They might just be like a like.
I think it might
here's
just be
Ultimate with like 8
yeah.
more characters.
Ultimate Switch 2.
Yeah,
You
something.
know, like something like
something. $80.
$95.
Yeah.
That's not including any
Oh,
of the DLC.
Props, by the way, to Oblivion and Claire, Expedition 33.
Claire made
50
money,
bucks.
dude.
$50.
$50?
$50, and there are some codes. I can't remember the There's so many out there, bundle and things, discount fucking websites. The one that I used, there's a guy named Top Hat Gaming Man that I watch every once in a while, and he always puts a code under it, and so I bought it for $32. Claire Obscure.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I bought it for $32.
That's a steal.
$32. That's why I bought it, because normally I'm the person that waits until things are heavily discounted. But also I was like, oh, I love, dude. I was like, a fucking turn-based game that isn't all weebed out. Sign me up.
That's exactly what got me into it, because I was just like, I like the general like style, like the feel of Persona, like the interesting kind of like UI shit.
Yeah.
But like I can't get over the
do
fucking
it.
Japanese high school
can't
thing.
fucking
Like
do it, dude.
it's not. It feels just like I feel like I'm not allowed to play it.
I
know what you mean.
I played Persona.
I don't like it.
Persona 4 I love that game, Persona 4. I played Persona 1, 2, 3. I played 2, 3, 4.
Is that the one that you were playing at the when we lived together at the
That was
apartment? Or
5.
was that 5?
That's 5.
5 or well?
I think that 5 is really visually cool.
Yeah.
A lot of cool things into it. I think the story just has moments where it drags on so much.
What is it, like 500 hours?
It's generally like 70 hours, 70, 80
70 hours is too. I don't know. I heard Claire Obscure is only like 30 hours, which is like, that was another thing where I'm like,
Yeah.
absolute.
Shorter.
Absolute.
Dude, I just, it's really good. I like it a lot.
I like it. My only criticism so far is just, look, man, if your engine's not good at making hair, just make it a solid piece. That's how I feel. Because the hair looks fucking rough in that game.
In Expedition 33?
Yeah. The hair looks... Look, I know a lot of people are kind of numb to it at this point, but like when I see, again, when I see 2K games and I see the Veilguard, the only really glowing thing that I can say about it, that like figured out how to do hair well, and I'm just like, fuck, I see the other people who still haven't figured it out,
Yeah.
or for whatever reason, because I don't know how exactly how it works. But I'm just like, I would rather have it be like a flowing solid piece.
Dude, it's so funny in Oblivion. The hair in Oblivion. Especially Oblivion OG is fucking
The
hysterical.
way people move in
Yeah.
Oblivion is crazy to me because they actually move like not like blocks. They actually have like some sort of movement
It's
to
a little
them.
bit of
Yeah, there's like a
actual
little bit
motion.
more smooth
I'm like,
animation,
that's
but it's
cool.
they still kind of do move like
I know,
blocks.
so like when you're in third person mode and you're running around and you like
Oh,
turn
third
around
person,
and,
yeah.
and you like shoot
this-
someone in the back head. I'm like, this looks cool,
Dude, you know what's crazy? Because I was in one of the Oblivion gates, and I was like jump shot arrowing people, and I'm like, there's no shot I could have done this in the original. Like the original feels so rigid that I wouldn't have even attempted to do that.
right.
You
You
know?
would have tried to
Right.
jump shot and do this, to somebody, and you would have been playing Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
Like this is not even the same game at
But
all
so-
anymore.
But so yeah, man, there's a lot of, I don't know, man. I know games are expensive or whatever, but like a lot of games are coming, a lot of great shit's coming out at like $40, $50 now.
Thank God.
Fucking, I know Helldivers was $40. Marathon looks like I think it's gonna be $40. It's a great price point, I think.
I like when this is what I've wanted for a while.
Yeah.
I'm an adult. I don't have time to play super massive fucking AAA games that are $70+ I just, unfortunately,
70+ hours, you mean?
70 plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just don't have I don't have the time to do it, and so like shorter and also spending less money. It's
I mean,
great.
you did it for Baldur's Gate 3
yeah,
4
and then
times.
and the thing is,
The update came out too.
dude, the update,
It's crazy.
Patch 8, I know, and
It's crazy. That game is so obnoxious that you're like, oh, I'm done playing it. Damn. Well,
but see,
turn
because
the console back
because
on
of
again.
how many hours I spent in it, I haven't gone back to it. Even though the amount every time I keep hearing the patches, what they've done to it, and I'm just like, I know, but I just don't have time. I'm
gonna play it again.
I don't know how
one
the fuck
more
I
time.
would beat it. I was playing like Oblivion and this, and it's like, I didn't play last night because like I'm doing music stuff. So I'm like, how do I balance these giant games? I don't know how to fucking do it.
It's impossible.
What the fuck? Like being an adult's stupid.
It is really crazy. 9 Inch Males wrote in.
Nice.
I love that.
It's great.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, what was it? What was the play on words?
9 Inch Males wrote in. He says, "Hey, Hoya boys. Follow up on my last question that I frankly feel gay and stupid for not including. For Christopher this time, actually, since it released the same day as the Ghost album, have you heard the new Viagra Boys album yet?" Oh, that's right. People kept telling me about it. I haven't listened to it yet. I do like the Viagra Boys. I'm trying to remember what your question was before 9 Inch Nails, but I can't exactly remember. But no, I haven't listened to it yet. I'm planning on it, obviously. Viagra Boys are really fun. And he also says, "P.S. Devin Townsend sounds like nothing what I expected. Thanks for the recommendation." Yeah, that's most people's response to that. He's a really deceptive looking person. Highly recommend Devin Townsend. Yeah, thanks for writing in 9 Inch Nails. Oh, Colin Moriarty wrote in again.
Oh, wow. Hey, Colin. Awesome.
Colin, man, he's. I didn't know he was this invested.
Neither did I, man. That's really. I'm really.
He's even got Sweeney as a profile picture, which is very strange. But Colin Moriarty says, "Does Sweeney have a speech impediment, or is he just retarded?"
Maybe both. I don't know.
Colin, that's kind of mean, dude.
Very rude. I didn't know. I thought he was like actually a really huge fan of Sweeney, but then like all of a sudden he says something like this.
We're cool. I spoke to you not too long ago. You didn't say anything about me being retarded.
Yeah, like I mean, that's a. I mean, you know what? We can't look a gift horse in the mouth. Thank you for your question,
Right.
and your patronage, and we really appreciate it.
Look at that.
You're the best, Colin.
Oh my God! Yet another question from Colin Moriarty. He's writing in quite a bit.
Wow.
He's got a lot to say.
Yeah, he says, "Hey, Gaylords, question for Sweeney. What happened in the summer of '96 to make you hate the gays? P.S. Your tooth gap has gotten wider over the last 8 years." What is wrong with Colin, man?
What's going on, dude?
Colin's really picking a fight here.
Mean.
Yeah.
Colin, what's up? Hey, everybody that's listening to this, right? Put your name as Tom Sweetie.
No. Don't interrupt it. We haven't gotten all the Colin Moriartys yet.
Oh, well, 96, man. I don't know. I was 2.
Something happens to you at 2 years old that informs how you've reinforced bigotry towards an entire class of people is fucking...
pretty incredible.
That's actually like...
That's a fundamental memory.
That's somewhat praiseworthy.
It's impressive.
In some sense. To form a commitment at that age. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 2 years old. I've had a bad experience with a gay person. I know I'm only 2, but I will commit to hating this group of people from hitherto forward.
It's like when you're playing Tetris and the foundation, you put the bottom down, and like, this is where it starts.
Right.
Hatred
Yeah.
of gay people, and then I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
So what's your memory of that when you were 2 years old? What happened?
I don't know. My first memory of a gay person was when I was first gay person I ever met. I'm trying to remember.
So, no, but you said it was the summer of '96, right?
Yeah, but
so
like
that must
what
mean
happened
you
in that
remember.
summer?
So what happened?
Also, aside from the summer '96 thing, I'm trying to think of the first gay person I remember meeting.
Yeah,
well, nobody's curious about that.
I don't remember the first gay person I ever met. Something about them scared me. It's probably the glitter on the eyes. Some shit scared the fuck out of me, and I was like, I can't do this.
man, I'm handing you I'm trying to give you a T-ball.
Don't hand me a T-ball like this, you fucking weirdo.
I want you to
the claw grip on that fucking...
The infinite possibilities of like you being a 2-year-old and you had a gay experience, and I'm like, hey, here's this T-ball, like, knock it out of the park, brother.
What kind of?
And he's like, I don't know, I don't remember, but I'm trying to remember. I'm like,
I'm trying to remember something else.
oh my god!
I don't know. They're probably
oh my goodness!
My goodness!
They probably said something gay, and I was like, "Oh, it's gay," and I stopped liking them.
But
riveting.
Let's
move on.
Knew about it. Why did
Hold on. Let's move on.
I know it's Edinburgh.
Let's just move on.
Gay.
Colin Moriarty wrote in again. Can you fucking believe it?
Colin, you're on all the time,
one
dude.
night he just went off. He was
really
like, you know what?
Yeah, he really.
I love the Snark Tank so much.
Yeah.
I need to keep messaging them.
Yeah.
And asking questions, and I appreciate that.
He says, Colin Moriarty writes in. He says, not a question, but a bit deep into Expedition 33. Oh, we were just talking about
nice.
It. There's a character that sounds like Kingston's dad, even does the awe. Oh yeah, that's right. There is.
Who's that?
So there's a. How deep are you in?
So I just got to the island, and I fought like a couple of bosses.
Okay. Did you get the fat thing?
The thing that craves light? You know what I'm talking about? You know that thing?
the SKA or
I
whatever.
don't fucking know what it's called, but it's all white and it's like give me light.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah.
So
I'm a little bit further than that.
I'm like maybe a half hour removed from there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're close then.
Like my first camp.
Yeah.
Just,
There's a character that's like this old spirit, and he does kind of have that like, where's I need to fly?
aw.
Give me my. It's not exactly, but it is like vaguely
It
reminiscent.
reminds you, does he have the safari drip?
Not at all. He's barely human. So he's not human at all. Actually, there's no humanity in that thing at all.
Because to me, since the era
Looks like
that
fucking
it's set in,
Baymax.
oh well, okay. No, well, look at the era that it's set in made me think that it wouldn't have been that far fetched.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I could
Yeah.
definitely.
Aw.
Did the
there's a lot
painters
of
kill your family?
Aw. There's a lot of interesting characters, and of course, somebody. I only saw one post from the anti-woke guys,
Yeah.
and it was just because they had to find something wrong with it. Like, oh man, it's some of the people here is like, or like something like darker than midnight or something. Like they're trying. I was
There's
just like,
black characters, right? There's like
Yeah.
two, right?
there's
There's one that gets immediately murked.
it's kind of interesting. The opening was very interesting because of how like intense it is and how
Yeah.
like heart wrenching it is. However, you have no connection to this people, so it was a weird dynamic where I'm like a
Yeah.
really like just powerful thing happens in the opening, the prologue, but also I'm like, I don't know any of these people.
That is why, like, you can't, like, I spent a lot of time there, actually. So, like, I got to know some of those people.
Yeah.
Like, I saw some people just run straight to the cutscene, and I'm like, I don't even know how this would affect you. But, I really like it. I think it's genuinely
It's cool,
Like,
though.
it's a great premise, too. I like the idea.
I love it. I love that the mystery of
What's
like,
the premise again?
So, the premise is,
there's a bitch called the Painter.
Yeah, there's so, like,
Or Paintus or
so
whatever.
basically, I think there was also like some weird cataclysm thing that kind of separated this island off from the rest of the world, or some. I think that's part of it, but it's the less interesting part of it to me. The more interesting idea is like off in the distance, there's basically this big monolith, and there's like this big entity there called the Paintress, and she just sits there, and every year, she paints a new number on the monolith, and everybody who is that age vanishes.
Yeah. It's
So,
counting
like,
down.
Yeah, so it's basically counting down. And so, like, it just recontextualizes, like, what old means.
Yeah.
Like, people, like, there's this, like, 33-year-old, dude, and he's like, oh, old man. You know, you're the oldest person here.
The oldest person here.
And, like, people are having kids when they're, like, 15.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's all the time that they have. And it's, like...
as soon as you can fuck, you fucking pop them out.
What
What do you do?
It's an interest. It's a cool... I really love the premise and how they do it.
Yeah.
I think it's a really, really
So far,
well
like-
executed.
Can some people dodge it? Like let's say, like,
No, you
by
can't
chance,
dodge it.
You can't dodge it.
No, it's all encompassing. It's like you get Thanos immediately.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of the idea is like, what if when she showed up, right? You were already, she started at 30 and you were like, I'm 31 right now. Not me. And then she starts counting down.
Well, she started at 100, I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah,
it's-
she probably.
I think maybe even later. I'm not even sure.
Who knows where, but like, yeah, it's you noticing that it's affecting. Like they even use the math. Like they're like, one of your party members, you can tell how old she is because they say, oh, you have 9 good years left, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, she's 16.
Yeah.
Like because of from where it is now and to where the time you just do the math, and I was like, oh, she's 16.
But yeah, so basically the expeditions are these people spend the last year that they have going on an expedition to try to figure out how to kill the Paintress or like make progress to like make a path forward for future expeditions and end this thing so people don't have to fucking live in fear
Right.
of a number on a fucking monolith being painted every fucking year, counting down to basically like 0. At a certain point, it's gonna be real fucking awkward.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's pretty
So,
pretty cool because like
it's a neat idea.
it's if in a world that existed like that, because I can even imagine imagine living like that, and also like I do like the idea of your last year, you're like, fuck it, let's try to stop this thing.
Yeah.
And then, obviously everyone's been unsuccessful, so it's essentially a death sentence.
Right.
And you're like, but you're hoping you gain some understanding. So it's kind of fun.
I think it's ironic, the idea of somebody like having a kid, like she's counting down, but someone was born, like she's counting down, right? And then when she's at like 27, right? Someone that just happens to be 28, And it's like, I guess I'm gonna make it, right?
But it hasn't happened. So
Hasn't happened yet, but I think that's
like
something
as
interesting.
far as any of the people that live through the thing and they do it, what they call it a gommage.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's been steady the entire time. You know, so like they're all like, well, let's figure out if we can do anything about it. If not, no, we're just gonna live our lives and be gay.
It's also very French.
Oh yeah, it's a French studio,
of course.
And they were like, let's French it up.
Yeah,
which I was actually gonna
piss
play
in the streets.
It's not modern day French. No, it's very cool. Like the setting,
but in the street.
It is a little weird though that like. So I hate this because. Because I was thinking, okay, we can't use Charlie Cox because I would have liked a French English, you know, like because they have the immersive version where it's just in French, but then also I'm like sometimes I don't want to read all the time.
Yeah, that's
so like, but then it would also defeat the purpose of having like a Charlie Cox, right?
Yeah.
So like so they all are speaking in British fucking. Oh, we're British, but we're French, and which. I feel like at this point I'm like, can we stop that? Like it's not like
the same shit to me, honestly.
Like it's always because I understand that societally, it's just like in society,
one's a language you understand and one isn't.
People,
what do you mean?
People value the British accent. Yeah. That's why they're like, oh, it sounds so regal, so they always want to go to them. Because when it's in the Roman, it doesn't matter if it's Greek fucking the 300. Get people that speak fucking British. You know what I mean?
had a British accent in the movie.
Probably did. I know you're making a joke, but you're. I know you're making a joke.
What do you mean?
No, what movie?
The Nobunaga film.
Yeah.
Which one?
Nobunaga and the.
Which one?
Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah. Nobunaga, the Chamber of Secrets.
This fucking samurai next to Harry. It's Harry Potter's calling a samurai.
You want to get
a grown man samurai.
You want to get me interested in the Harry Potter universe? You put fucking Oda Nobunaga in there.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. You kill Harry Potter, I'll be interested.
He's in the fucking. I don't know, he crawls out of the Goblet of Fire or whatever. I don't know what the Goblet of Fire is. I never saw the movie.
I take this.
But I saw. But yeah, it's very French. The soundtrack's great. I don't know. I like the French tone of it. It's
cool.
unique, and I haven't seen anything that's quite like that.
Yeah.
There's a boss, or not a boss. There's like an enemy that's a fucking mime.
A mime?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten there.
It's pretty early on in the game.
Oh, it is? Maybe I fought already and didn't notice.
You might be coming up on that area, though.
I've been beating the piss. I fought a boss and didn't get hit, man. And I got an achievement for it. It was like 27%.
Oh, nice.
Because like I just like parried like perfectly. Yeah. And I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Something about turn-based thing that just really turns me on. Like sexually too.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't ask that part. But
I know, but I just wanted you to know.
Okay, I'm glad you let me know.
Anyway.
But yeah, my boss.
Some more questions.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm
excited.
I think you'd like it.
I'm gonna play it.
I know you'll like it. It's fucking.
I love turn-based games.
I can't stand turn-based games, and I think it's fantastic.
It feels so good. Like even like the free aim where you can just use your AP.
Oh yeah, the third person shoot.
So
shoot
like
thing.
It feels so good too. And the sound effects are fucking awesome. Like I forgot that slut that you're with at first. She doesn't have shoes on. And
Lune.
Yeah, like she's fucking badass, dude.
Yeah,
and I love her A1, her default attack. Like her default attack is so fucking badass.
Oh dude. Yeah, the explosion.
Like she's. I was like, man,
she's my favorite.
I'm talking about.
She's my favorite.
Good fucking mechanics, no weeb shit too. Like she's not fucking yelling and like a cat or like yeah, like none of that shit. I don't have to turn the volume down.
Yeah,
I feel embarrassed that I'm fucking playing this shit.
It is very good.
What am I gonna do without my weeb shit, dude?
What am I gonna do?
I don't know if I'm gonna like the game.
Dude, the attack animations too are fucking
they're
sick.
They're
all really
I'm really I just with Gustav kind of he needs to be better as far as I
like him.
He's fine. I mean, sorry, his
attack,
his kit. So I'm a little bit underwhelmed.
Who's Gustav?
The main guy.
He's the main guy.
He's Charlie Cox.
Charlie Cox. Where I'm just like he's fine, but also a lot of times with the default characters,
he's the well-rounded guy.
Damn it.
Yeah,
but I haven't. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, we don't need to talk.
Yeah, we'll. Colin Moriarty wrote in again.
Colin,
Jesus Christ,
he's on fire.
What's up, Hispanic Calvin Candy, Django, and Steven? Jesus. What's the most memorable Steven?
I don't know. I was like,
Who the fuck is Steven?
I think he's the crazy.
Is that Samuel L. Jackson in that movie?
He's the cool.
His name's Steven?
Is it?
Something like that.
I think you might be right. Yeah,
I forgot.
Steven. Yeah. What's the most memorable way your parents ever messed with you? When I was 6, I watched Wallace and Gromit and the Were-Rabbit, and it scared the shit out of me. I ran to my father for comfort. He was definitely drunk at the time because we had family over for the holiday. He told me that a cool fact about Were-Rabbits was that they ate 6-year-olds. And I could sleep well for months after, and I couldn't sleep well for months after. That's awesome. But like, I mean, at least you got like a hard. You only have to endure that stress for like as long as you're 6, which isn't really that long.
That's a good point. If you survive,
although I guess when you're that young, 1 year feels immensely long.
it does. Yes, that is very true.
That's absolutely something I would do.
He's trying to fucking console. He's like, don't worry, it only eats 6-year-old. Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
You're 6.
That's exactly. I saw that so vividly, exactly the way you painted it.
Okay, I just want to do.
How old are you again?
Oh no.
Oh no.
You're gonna get eaten.
The one thing that I've told the story before on the show, but like I just remember coming home, or like me and my dad were out walking. I don't remember where. I think we might have been
Not that
walking to a
intimidating.
pizza shop.
It's not very intimidating, even to a 6-year-old. I feel like that's pretty.
What is that? A Were-Rabbit?
That's the Were-Rabbit.
I could see that being a level of uncanny and weird.
That's bothersome for us.
That I could see it being like distressing.
I would have been fine.
I
with that.
would be, but I loved Wallace and Gromit and stop. I was obsessed with stop motion like really early on, so that shit didn't bother me. But I know people who are like stop motion freaks them out, like just by the nature of it being stop motion.
Curious.
freaks them out.
Yeah,
Curious.
What? Like they're a fucking boomer that's never seen anything before.
I fucking
Like
guess.
they can't tell if something's been photoshopped on someone's hands.
Yeah, probably that exact type of person.
Oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, like I think the one that comes to mind is me and my dad were walking home, and we lived like maybe like 2 blocks down from the place we were walking from, and I was walking ahead because kids run ahead, as they do, and then I turned, and then my dad was just gone, like he just vanished, and I was like, oh shit, I'm scared. I don't know how to get into the building. I'm out on the street alone as like a 6 or 7-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I'm scared.
Right.
And then he just walked out of like a pharmacy or something. I can't remember what he said, but he was clearly fucking with me. He was like, I got you. And I was like, I'm scared.
That's a crazy one.
Yeah.
I traumatized you. It's funny, huh?
It wasn't traumatized. I remember it, but I don't feel like.
It's a little. No, probably felt.
I don't think my grandma fucked with me like that.
Probably
ever.
felt a little different at the time. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I was genuinely panicking. I was like, where's my only guiding light in this world?
Yeah. And he's laughing at
He's
you.
laughing. He's fucking crying.
He's got Polaroids.
You're wet with tears.
I think he was probably
the front of you is wet like you threw up on yourself, but it's tears that your dad is cackling.
I can imagine him being disappointed that I freaked out because I was really I really wasn't that far from the building, and I did know how to get in. I would have been fine, but like, I wasn't expecting him to vanish. That's because that's when you're young enough to think like maybe a magic thing stole him. You know what I mean? Like you're young, you don't know fucking shit.
Maybe,
you know?
Yeah.
I was very self-reliant as a kid, so my grandmother kind of had faith that I'd be fine. Because like I remember there's one thing I did was really stupid.
Misplaced, clearly, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a degree of self-reliance in me, but like there's also like a huge, immense amount of retardation. So it's a very
Yeah.
confusing combination.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember there was one time my grandmother was just like, I can't take you to get food right now. Like we're gonna go get something later on. I was like, all right, whatever. And then I was like, wait, I know how to get to the pizza shop. So I went to like Yankee Stadium when I was like 7. Got pizza and came home.
Yeah.
And she was just like, where were you? And I was like, I got pizza. And she wanted to give me a beating probably, but she was kind of impressed. She was like, oh, this one can take care of itself. And I was like, yeah.
I think I was probably I
would get on the train just like that. But like I was very much so able to like
I think I was 8 or 9 by the time
traverse
that I
New
started
York
doing that.
City by myself. At least the Bronx. I could traverse the Bronx. I knew where I was at all times in the Bronx.
Yeah, something like that.
And then there was one time where we went to We were in Harlem for some reason, and I took the train the wrong direction.
Oh yeah,
I told you the story, I think, right?
yeah. yeah.
So what happened is that
You ended up in fucking Turkmenistan or some shit.
No, I didn't. No.
Stupid.
So what happens is that in 145th Street in the Bronx, you can take the train either uptown or downtown, where you can go to Manhattan or you can go to the Bronx. Mm-hmm. So I went to the exact place I lived in Manhattan. I was on 169th Street in Manhattan. And I was like, why do I see water? I was like, I don't usually see water by my house. But I walked like maybe 15, 16 blocks just walking. I went to, and right by it's weird because by my house, there's like this museum, right? There was like the Museum of the Bronx where I lived in like 165th Street. And then I remember I walked past
the
and
Museum
I saw,
of the Bronx.
Yeah, it's like Museum of the Bronx.
What could possibly be in that?
Probably, I don't know, like stabbings. But
stabbings.
Crazy.
Stabbings and like rap shit. But because me and my grandma went to see an opera once, and it was fucking really nice, way nicer than I remember anything else in the city being ever at that time. But I remember walking there, and I was like, "Hey, is this the Bronx?" To somebody, they were like, "This is Manhattan, kid," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I just walked back like 20 more blocks. Got on the train, was like, hey, miss, I asked a lady, because I was a little kid, I wasn't nervous. I was like, hey, miss, which train do I take to go to the Bronx?
Shut up, little kid.
She was like, oh, this one, you got to go downtown.
No, shut up.
So you got to go uptown. She says that to me. It's Scorsese. I see Scorsese in the Bronx.
On the train. Absolute beep.
And he's just like, I take it back and I get home and I'm like, this has been like maybe 2-3 hours. Because my grandmother went one way on the train, I went the other way on the train. Yeah. And then she was just like, Kingston, where were you? And I was like, I went to Manhattan. And I saw a house in Manhattan. It was crazy. I was like, maybe 9. And then at the moment, she was like, oh, he can take care of himself. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
You didn't die, so that's good.
Yeah, I feel like I was kind of.
I was
interrupted.
very molestable too. I was like a little happy kid. Like I was like a little like happy because I was really when I was younger I was very kind.
It's a very interesting way to phrase it.
Like they could have got me. Someone could have got me. Like I was
very molested.
I was very easily bothered. I can be botherable. I was very botherable.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom didn't mess with me. I don't have any examples. She didn't do shit like that. She didn't do any weird shit.
My dad always messed with people. Like I remember when I finally got old enough to start joining him with like some of our younger like I remember he convinced my nieces and nephews that hot dogs were from like a hot dog farm and you have to pick them off of trees and they believed it for an embarrassingly long time. Like I think they mentioned it in school.
That's crazy.
And then he got like really mad at us.
Probably got held back. They're like, these people are fucking
No,
stupid.
That's the thing. He's like,
stupid. You're going back.
What's distressing about it is that like they're smart. So like it was extra bruising.
They're smart, but they're kids.
Yeah.
So
like but even they understood that like I can't believe how stupid I was.
Yeah.
To even entertain that possibility. Even at like 7 or 8.
That was with the chocolate milk cows.
Sometimes you just have no reason to not believe something.
Like, why would they lie to you? Like,
it was the same thing. I brought this up a couple times, but it's like how like, dude, I was like in my 20s when I learned where fucking Greenland was, or whatever, or New Zealand. I thought New Zealand was like I thought New Zealand for whatever reason was like fucking by where Greenland was.
Yeah.
For no discernible reason other than I think a fucking adult told me that, and I was just like, oh, okay.
Oh, and then he just
I guess why would you lie about the location of New Zealand?
They probably didn't lie.
I remember in my 20s. No, but it's the same. It's a cycle.
Bro, you want to know something I just found out the other fucking day?
What?
I thought Arizona was in Pacific Standard Time. Like this entire time, I thought it was the same time zone as us, but it's central, right? It's mountain.
Oh,
so just 1 hour.
Yeah.
1 hour ahead. I thought it was ours.
Central's 2, right?
Central's 2. So like
that's
if you're
like by
Texas
Chicago and stuff, right?
Yeah, Texas and upwards.
Wait,
like
really?
in the middle of the country is essentially 2 hours. Yeah. So like, but I was thinking, because Arizona seems close enough to me, in my opinion. I thought it was Central.
Yeah, a lot of our time zone is in the water. You know what I mean?
I mean, that is true. The Pacific Standard Time, and then the cutoff's a little bit like at the tail end or the beginning of Arizona and all that shit, and then going upwards to like fucking Utah and all that bullshit. But anyway,
so
because of that,
Japan is ahead or behind us right now, time wise.
They're ahead of us.
They're ahead. They're first. I'm pretty sure.
First, right?
They're one of the first. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you fly that way, do you go back in time or forward in time? If you fly.
I'm not entertaining. I'm not doing this.
Why? I'm asking a question.
Are you stupid? What are you saying?
Because you just go. So you
If
go
they're
forward in
ahead
time?
of us-
So you're going forward in time.
Yes.
That's interesting.
By the position of if they're ahead of us in
He's
time.
short-circuiting.
Well, it's just like if they're ahead of us in time, once you get I'm not even why am I entertaining this? Of course. Anyway, let me finish my story. No, I was just because I based daylight saving off of so I was thinking, when we spring forward, since I thought Arizona, I lived there in Arizona for a while, they don't do daylight saving. They're like, it's so fucking hot, we don't need more light. They're like,
that's right.
They're like, it's so goddamn hot.
But if I'm not mistaken, aren't there like pockets in Arizona that do it, and then pockets within those pockets that don't?
If
And
from my
I think there's like some weird fuckery with
if
daylight
that's
savings in Arizona.
true, I didn't know because I just thought above they were just like, fuck this, we're not gonna do this.
Yeah.
But maybe that's true. Maybe there are some pockets of it. But so me when I was living in like western Arizona, they didn't do it, and I thought. So when we went forward, I thought they were in Pacific Standard Time, I was like, oh, when we go forward, that is regular time.
Right.
And when we go back in the fall, that's when we're fucking our time up, and it turns out I just learned this just the other day because I just learned that it's mountain time in Arizona that no, when we go forward, that means we're out of sync.
Yeah.
And then when we go back in the fall, that's when we're in the actual real time.
Yeah, dark at 5 p.m. is normal time.
Yeah.
Apparently. Which is, by the way, we could just decide that that's not true. It's completely arbitrary. I think it would be way better for it to get dark later. But
yeah, so I was just I think it was like 3 days ago or something.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, Arizona's in mountain time.
yeah, you're deep in your 30s, man.
Stupid.
Like I fucking
There's a lot of really stupid things that we just like let happen because it's like they've been happening.
No, it's the embarrassing way that these things reveal themselves, though, because I remember having a conversation. And I was like, man, it's crazy how similar Australian and New Zealand accents are. Because they're so far away.
Oh, and nobody checked you on it.
No, I brought it up.
Oh,
and
did
then
somebody
somebody
say-
was
oh,
like,
someone actually said
and somebody's like, what do you mean?
Oh,
each
okay.
And I was like, well, they're really far away from each other, and they sound really like it's crazy to me that they're so far away and they're so similar.
That's kind of layered. Like it's arbitrary, but that's kind of layeredly dumb because like Australia is where it is, and then the UK, the most similar to them, is over there.
But that's why I thought it was believable that New Zealand was over there.
So that's
You know what I'm saying?
It's a silly circle that kind of fills its own spaces.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
And somebody was like, New Zealand's right next to it, and I'm like, what?
No, what?
why would you lie to me like that?
Yeah, it's just,
Oceanica, dude.
huh?
Oceanica, man. That's what it's called, right? Oceanica.
I have
area?
no. I'm not
I think that's what
pretend.
it's called, Oceanica. Like that. New
If there's
Zealand,
any,
what you call it.
if I know anything, it's that I am not an expert on New Zealand. That is the one thing I can take that to the bank.
Yeah, somewhere I would like to possibly live. Seems awesome.
Yeah, I'd like to have a kid there and abandon it.
Yeah, that'd be cool if it's possible.
Yeah.
I've been
It's a
pushing
whimsical
for-
place to abandon a child, I think.
It is.
Grow up with these fucking island people.
What?
Yeah, I want to grow up with those
Yeah.
fucking hardened fucking Samoans, these Polynesians that live in New Zealand, where they're like all like they're like gangsters like in Long Beach. They're the same.
That's so crazy.
It's fucking weird. They just have funny accents, you know.
Yeah.
I know one girl.
It's crazy that they sound so different because New Zealand and Long Beach are right next to each
They're
other.
right next to each other.
New Zealand. The Long Beach
I can
is on
see
New Zealand.
from the Long Beach docks.
Right, exactly.
Crazy.
Right from that weird like shipping container yard or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah,
Right
yeah.
where the Saint Mary is. The
Yeah,
Mary,
no, Queen
Yeah,
Mary.
yeah, the Queen
Right,
Mary,
yeah,
yeah.
right beyond the Queen Mary. There's New
There's
Zealand.
New Zealand.
What kind of eagle eye is that standing there staring into New Zealand? I can see it
That's more than an eagle eye. That's
Boy,
an
Mike-
eye that can see
through things.
across the curvature of the earth.
Yeah, your fucking sight goes. It's like,
I can see it all.
It's insane. Anyway,
Right.
all right.
right, Mike.
Seems like all the Colin Moriarty's taken care of. Let's move on to you guys should invite Akuma on the podcast.
I would.
He
Akuma,
re- That's the name of this guy.
Yeah.
the raging demon.
Yeah, but would he be able to sit still? I feel like he wouldn't be able to sit
I
still.
thought he could sit still, but he'd get really mad with us eventually and leave. Like he wouldn't stay very long.
Yeah. I just,
Yeah, we got him for like maybe 10 minutes before he's got to do a
And
press
no one,
junket.
one needs to.
Yeah.
No one challenge him. Like no one say anything that can be deemed a challenge.
Maybe-
because he'll kill you.
Well, so what would he do?
Yeah, even
like,
if you disagree with him, agree.
what would he do? Like, I have his symbol tattooed on me. What do you think he would do?
You got heaven tattooed? That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I got like
That's pretty
basically.
badass.
I mean, it could it could mean heaven, but it's more about just being beyond. Like it's just the highest form of something, and because he's the goat.
That means efucked.com. I bet.
A Japanese person sees you and laughs and then jumps in the trap.
A kanji tattoo? Dude, a kanji tattoo of efucked would actually go kind of hard.
It would go hard, I think.
Oh, maybe. I guess,
until
you
you're
never really know.
confronted with it.
It might look like shit.
Like you're confronted with it, like actually meaning that, and a Japanese person laughs you out of a place.
Look, if somebody pays, I'll get that tattooed on the back of my neck. If somebody conjures it up, slaps like $300. I don't know how much. I know neck tattoos are more expensive than the average tattoos.
Yeah.
So maybe $300. I don't fucking know.
I want a barcode. I want to get a barcode tattooed.
If someone got
I want to get a barcode tattoo in my rectum.
Inside of it.
In your rectum.
Yeah, so that way when I get a colonoscopy,
So
the doctor can laugh a little.
he's like that with the camera, and then he tries to put like a little beep to see
Yeah, he
what
does a
it
little
does.
scanner. Like,
Yeah,
I wonder what, and it's like a link to it's a link to Stormfront somehow.
That's so crazy. That is dedicated racism right there.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Anyway, this guy writes in. He says, "Hey guys, here's a scenario for you. You get to fuck a fighting game character. Morgan for Derek, Cammy for Chris, Marissa. Oh well, I thought we were gonna choose Marissa for Kingston.
Jackpot.
But you gotta fight a Falmer. Yes, a Falmer from Skyrim. Those nasty underground. I would
I'll
easily.
beat the piss out of him.
I would absolutely.
You guys would not be you guys would get killed by Falmer so badly, but it'd be funny to watch.
I think I could handle a
Chris, you
Falmer.
can't handle
blind
Falmer.
pussy. I would shoot
I
it in
think
the
you
face.
underestimate my power.
Chris, one Falmer killed a family full of people who one guy was a knight.
Yeah, but they probably didn't know they were coming. They probably was like a surprise Falmer. Like
And Falmers have weapons, so that means I should be able to have weapons too.
No, I think a rogue Falmer will maul you.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think you have that locked in ability yet. You don't have the kill or be killed ability.
I would kill a Falmer
So
for
here's
Cammy.
the thing. So if a Falmer, see, because like, so this is how I'm thinking. If I was in the Skyrim, if I was in the Elder Scrolls universe, I feel like
That's different.
But so like if a Falmer joins my universe, it wouldn't have to have more of the like it can die like anything else.
The thing, I think it can die like anything else. I think you can pick up a big ass rock and flatten a Falmer's head. Like that's not.
I'm hitting
that's
I'm running
it's
over a
not-
Falmer with my car.
Yeah, they're not inherently like supernatural, are they?
I think they are, but like in a
But in like a
most
mundane way.
retard
Aren't they just like what are they
They're
elves?
snow
that,
elves. They're
yeah,
snow
that
elves,
just
that's it.
fucking devolved. I can't even say evolved.
It's really sad in the story of the Falmer, but I hate them so much I don't care.
Well, whatever, man.
Yeah, gross.
I'll try. I'll do my best to kill a
Who is
Falmer
it?
for
So
Cammy.
who are you banging?
Cammy.
Cammy.
I would kill a
Who's yours?
Falmer, Marissa.
From
Street
from
Fighter
fucking
6.
Street Fighter 6.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yes.
Did you? I pulled that. I think on the nude modiver.
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
Here's
that shit locked in, bro.
Here's a
That was my first nude mod, dude.
if you want to, and there's a stipulation here. There's a stipulation here that if you want another night, you have to fight another Falmer.
So 2 Falmers for 2 nights.
One full night of fucking. Oh God, I'm killing that Falmer. I'm gonna, dude.
That Falmer is gone.
I would drag that Falmer into public while it's half dead, and I'd be like, everybody take a kick, and I'd watch it be. I hate Falmer so much, it's crazy. I'd put a Falmer in a toothpaste thing,
And
I hate them. I hate them so much.
are we talking about?
There's like I would force its full body into a toothpaste.
You would get it, and that's fucking insane.
Kingston, like folding it into a garbage disposal? It's like Roger Rabbit or some shit.
It definitely.
It's really hateful.
Here's a greater question, I think. Building off of this, would you fuck a Falmer
Never.
if after you were guaranteed Marissa or the person that you've been allocated?
I'm
think
fucking.
he'd do it.
I'm fucking Marissa simply for the experience
I think I might.
of being you're fucking trash. Chris,
Dude, Cammy, listen, I would.
Chris, I've never respected you less. You said you'd fuck a Falmer.
I could shut my eyes, man.
Yeah, you don't
can't
like. Look, man,
stand you.
Cammy,
They're
man?
so disgusting.
Hey, Kingston.
I would suck the pigment
Kingston.
off her pussy, dude.
It's all whoa. Look, man, it's all pink in the dark.
I'm not
right.
fucking a Falmer.
It's all pink in the
I'm
dark.
not fucking a Falmer. I'd rather.
Listen. You knock the Falmer out. Put on some music.
I'd rather. No, wait. What?
Put some gloves on.
Wait.
Put some gloves on. Put some music on. Careless Whisper, whatever. do what you got to do real quick. Just get it done real quick.
I'd rather let Trump's spirit possess my body than.
I'm not gonna lie.
That'd be hilarious.
I damn near might cook and eat my son. Like if I could fuck
For
him.
a little bit of Cammy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Look.
Yeah.
That's totally fair.
Look,
That's
And if I
not-
needed to have another son to cook and eat,
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to do it.
Look, not unreasonable at all.
Street
No, I
Fighter
think it's
6
perfectly
Cammy-
sane.
Street Fighter 6 Cammy is a specimen. That is.
I like
I'll
all-
take any Cammy.
Other than my Shumanoi,
the new.
Cammy is like.
Well,
the
mine
highest.
has just massive jug bouncing
No,
tits. That's what
my
it's
and
really
have you seen her in
about.
6?
Yeah, I saw her in 6. I haven't modded her yet. I haven't gotten to it, but
They-
I'm sure it's great. Look,
They
man,
chefed
I'm
it
sure
up.
it's great.
They chefed up her design in this
look,
one.
man. I will look at. We're talking about maybe Rainbow
This
Mika would
name
be
is
my
crazy.
thing. Because I like that proportion.
Yeah.
Morgan is going to consume my soul. That's the only problem.
I'm still going for it, dog. I'm still going for it, dog.
Like you fucking suckucky right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, it's
You're
the
You
whole
gotta,
thing,
you,
right?
gotta, you gotta be in your sexual prime to even have a chance to be able to get through that, and I don't think any of us are there anymore.
Yeah, that's
so
not
it's like we're cooked.
It ain't happening.
You gotta
probably
be,
not.
you gotta be in your best shape as horny as you were at 15 to be able to not die from Morgan.
15?
15 was like peak horniness, where it was like it was dangerous.
15, I was completely ill-experienced though. I ain't nothing happened.
I was I wasn't experienced, but I was
You were-
beyond the bounds of horny.
I think I reached that point around 25, I think.
I think the
Like ultra
I think
instinct.
it's like ultra instinct. I think like say early 20s to me that was when like prime man streams coming in. I also have experience. I have I wouldn't like imagine being like 16 years old. It would be the most embarrassing. Like I would be
I'm not
killed.
I'm not taking.
That would
I'm
be
not,
so pathetic.
I'm
You know
not
what saying?
taking the skill. I'm taking the degree of horny. Like the point where you're so horny, it's bothersome to you.
You know the
That-
I was never that thrown off as a teenager.
I
really.
wasn't either. I missed. I don't know what happened to me. I didn't experience that.
It actually hit me late. I think it hit me in my mid 20s because I realized that I didn't have the time to do it. You know what I mean? It felt like more of like a thing that was out of my reach somehow
I don't know, 16,
because
17.
I had too many
was so horny.
responsibilities.
I see.
I was so frighteningly horny. It was crazy. I was more horny than I was.
I think
human.
there's a lot of. I think that might be a standard because I hear it so often.
I
but I didn't have that experience to when I was like, oh, the kid that was like coming in socks and coming everywhere.
That's crazy.
You know what I
to
mean?
me.
But that's
like
what,
if I was doing a lot. I was coming in a lot of things.
Yeah.
But
He built a house out of socks.
a fucking strong house.
Kingston, what is this?
It could take an orbital bombardment. That's how
It's a
strong the
gingerbread
house
house.
was.
It's a gingerbread house. Grandma.
I love the idea.
Did you say a gingerbread house?
It's a gingerbread house,
I
Grandma.
like the idea of the socks that get covered
It's a
so much you can
jigloo.
put them up. A jizgloo is crazy.
Absolute.
Have you seen when people come in a sock so much they can put them and they stand straight up?
Yeah, that's what
Like
we're
a
talking
boot?
about. That's what the idea of building a house.
A
Yeah.
little lady that lived in a shoe type shit, but it's just a fucking
Yeah,
giant
just
sock.
imagine
made
how
of
much
cum.
that shit smells, dude.
It probably
live in a
it
fucking
probably
house full of jizz.
Imagine. You think Ant-Man? Like, okay,
Wait, go ahead.
so I have a question, right?
Sure.
Regarding Ant-Man, if he gets really big, right? And then he jerks off and then he comes, but then he like shrinks as it's falling.
Could he be squashed?
Could
by his
he?
own cum?
Yeah. Could he theoretically be like
Like
drowned
if he
in a
wanted
sea
to
of his own
commit
cum?
suicide by coming.
Yeah, if he wanted to drown in a sea of his own cum.
Yeah.
I would
He
just make.
theoretically absolutely could do it.
I think so,
I would
right?
just make my penis big sometimes. Let us make my
Can he
penis big.
control the parts of him that gets
Yeah.
big? So
Really?
he could just have just a giant penis.
But it would be like it would be proportionately like fucked though. I think. at a
No,
certain
but the thing
point,
about that's the thing. You don't go full size. You don't full send it. You gauge it up a little bit. Like I'm gonna make my penis
So like
25% bigger relative to my size.
25%. Okay, so
relative
so
to
for me that would be like 2 inches. I think
It'd be like two.
Yeah.
It'd be like 2 1/8 of an inch.
2 1/8 of an inch.
let's go. Yeah, I mean,
I would do that. I would if I had
play around with it. Yeah,
if
why
I had
not?
powers to manipulate anything, I would just do a bunch of fuck shit.
I would do tricks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I would do anything.
I'll go to clubs and like, just see
I-
reaction. What?
This reminds me. It reminds me of like a. I don't know if I should say this on the show.
Yeah, you should. You absolutely should.
I remember going through like an old phone of mine because I was just like trying to find. I don't know, just contacts to like put back into my phone. I was going through like the photos and I found like a dick pic that I had taken for like this girl that I was seeing. And I saw it and I remember looking at it and being like, this is like a whimsical photo. Like it's kind of like a good photo. Like it's pretty.
You think like a
and there's like there's like soft lighting coming through like the window.
It's pretty.
It's like a pretty like and it's like I think I just remembered it. It's just like that is so crazy.
I've never
that's something like that could even have an air of whimsy to it.
I've taken well shot pictures of my penis before.
I mean, I remember when I first got my my Nikon, the D55, so it was like my first DSLR.
He's taking actual
photography
because the amount of megapixels is fucking insane.
So you took a picture of your penis?
Of course. Of
course.
Like I'm the only fucking person that's done that.
With that kind of camera, it feels a little silly, but like also I get it.
Hilarious. It is.
It's so professional, isn't it?
Dude, it's crazy. And then like
there was a ring light.
There was one like what better? I had studio lights because I was doing YouTube.
Studio overhead lighting.
This is like 2017.
That's so funny.
Fucking, the lights are set up. People would compliment the fuck out of me because I would bounce the light off the walls and it would be perfectly lit up. They wouldn't compliment.
So your penis would have like a halo around it.
It was basically well lit. I'm talking like, what was it? The picture's like 48 megapixels, dude, or something like that.
So you know what I'm talking about then?
Fantastic.
For me, I like.
But I saw it and it cracked me up because I was like, why is this? Why is this as good as it? And it doesn't. I can't share it. I can't do anything with it.
You can share it to some people.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'll sell it.
I've definitely taken pictures of my penis where like I'm just like
$1,000
side on it. So it's my penis in the frame and it's off to the side. It's like my face.
No, that's
slightly,
that's immediately that's not good. Isn't that what that Pro Jared thing?
You never
you don't do that angle, man.
You're not supposed to do that.
No way. It's embarrassing. Unless you're like if you can get the sports and when you're doing a bunch of shots and you're like about to bust. So then your face is in it, and then you get like a bunch of pictures. And
it's just a fucking splatter
a fountain. Now that's cinema.
And then it's glowing, and then it has like the little fucking after particles. Like how, like for me, I have astigmatism, so it's like that, with like a little bit of light straight out of it, and it's like, wow, that's a really good picture of your penis.
That's a great photograph of your penis.
Yeah, I have no. It's.
Oh, Kingston, this is a great dick pic. I taught you so well.
I think like if a dick pic gets leaked and it's funny,
always use cool lighting so you can fix it in post.
I bet there's people that they oops, I accidentally leaked. It got leaked. Somebody, how dare they? Like somebody who has like a really impressive picture or something. The one that I was describing. If that got leaked. Like, I absolutely wouldn't be embarrassed.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Super impressive.
Yeah.
It's like, but I don't think I have that picture anymore because it's like, it's kind of crazy to just have that stored from however many years ago.
Well, it's not stored, so it's just like neglected and forgotten.
Yeah, neglected and forgotten.
That's how I found it. I was like, this is hilarious that this is still. It's in between like a screenshot of like some fucking receipt or something. Looking through old phones is fucking hilarious.
I do like that. I have a old hard drive that happened. But that also, there was like because of, there was an old photo that I just didn't even know was on there. A girl. There was this like girl that I'm talking about. I was like 18, 19 years old. This is how old the fucking nude was. And I got this hard drive that still works surprisingly from 2004. Yeah. And me and Jojo, I transferred everything over to my terabyte hard drive, and we're just looking at a bunch of old pictures from those days. And I completely had no idea that picture was on there. And I was like, oops, like this fucking chick, she's like fucking Nigerian Indian chick, just there. And
that sounds wild.
And I was like, oops.
It's a wild combination.
Wild combination. Very pretty chick. One of the worst people I've ever met as far as, because you don't want to stereotype, but she's from a rich family. Fucking, it was weird because I thought she was humble.
No,
her parents.
You can only be so humble. I think
that's it was deceitful. It was deceitful.
Right.
Where she like even her parents kind of like, we're not just going to give you everything, so they gave her like a regular car. Like they were kind of like trying to teach her.
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
You can't. You have to like intentionally live. You intend, if you're that rich and you want to instill that nature into your kid, you have to actively like sacrifice shit yourself.
Right.
Like you can't live in a nice place.
Oh, dude.
I think you can do it, but you have to very
It
much
never
so
works,
let the
man.
kid understand, like, hey,
It's
this
just
is not a given thing at all.
It has
I've
to-
never
Like,
met
make them
anybody.
stay with their like family members who are from like poor nations.
it would have to be something like that.
like you have to like have them.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with money, and I did not grow up with that like entitled mentality.
Well, you didn't.
I
grow
don't
up,
think I'm entitled.
You didn't grow up with the type of look at. Let's put it this way: there's a house that we all like. If you're from my area, there's a house on Fullerton Road. Harbor turns into Fullerton Road if you're going north. Like say if you're about to hit, say Hacienda Heights, Roland Heights or something, you're going that way. Say if it's the road we take to get to Frankenson.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody from my area understands there's this massive house on Fullerton Road on the right that we just all like, look at that mansion. That's where she lived. And I couldn't fucking believe it because we've all just seen this house like through our lives.
Yeah.
And then I start dating this girl like 18, 19, whenever it was. And then I'm like, bitch, you live here? And then I went to what was it, a Thanksgiving. And I felt underdressed, even though I was wearing like jeans and a nice kind of shirt, whatever. And then I told them that I was taking a break from school. Like I'm still thinking if I'm going to go to university or school or not or whatever, because I just graduated high school. And her parents were immediately just like, they're happy. The happy Nigerian dad was immediately like disgusted in me. The mom was disgusted with the fanciest food. There was a breading on a fish that I've never seen before. I don't even know what it was.
Have you seen it since?
No. I don't know what the recipe was. Amazing.
Crazy. Yeah.
It was so rich. And I was just like, I don't belong here. And then, of course, when we got into an argument, for
Probably
whatever
like
reason,
it was probably like the poor people's psoriasis scabs or something.
it could have, it was definitely sacrificed servants or something.
It's a delicacy.
Dude, I remember we got into an argument. This is how we like broke up because my buddy had a appendicitis, and I was going to visit him. And on the way there, somehow we got into an argument, and I heard her mom in the background calling me all these names and saying I'm poor and all this shit. And I was like, this is insane. I never like experienced anything like that before.
Yeah, it's wild.
I was like, tell me how you really feel about me, huh?
That's crazy.
And I wasn't even that poor. I was just normal,
I think out of the people like
Oh, yeah,
Lily's
okay, I'm
family's
poor.
not poor. They're not. I wouldn't say they're rich. I would say they're
Who?
definitely like up. They're like
Your family?
What Lily's family?
Oh, Lily's
My family was like upper middle class.
Yeah.
I would say that. Lily's family, I would say, is probably like technically in the real world now they're middle class, but they were like when I was going to be like upper middle class people, I guess, for the most part.
Are they not that? Because you tell me about all the gifts that you guys
No,
exchanged.
I think they have money, but I think it's the idea.
I think he's in denial.
Relative to the times, because they don't have a huge home. They don't have like
Just by
the most
choice, though,
expensive.
right?
But
with the type of money that they throw around, I'm like, you can't be.
I wouldn't say.
People don't have that type of money to gift
Listen,
people.
they're not like billionaires, but they're rich.
I don't think they're rich, but I think Lily's
What
dad definitely
is
has
rich to you?
So my family is middle class, right? My family's like, at no point would they ever be able to afford to give somebody a $3,000 fucking graphics card or some shit or whatever. Like at no point.
It wasn't, but I understand what you mean.
Well,
Like,
but just like even
like
a
gifts
graphic,
like that, yeah.
hundreds of dollars of like a gift worth hundreds of dollars. Like that's my mom would be like, here's a console for you guys, like for my brother and I, and that was for her, saving. Because that's a lot of money to spend, right? Like buying the
get it.
Sega or the PlayStation 2 or whatever the fuck.
I think the father is very well off. He's also worked for his company for a long time, and he invests in stock and shit like that. So I think he definitely
Or
has
he's
a
an
good amount of money.
MS-13
What is rich-
gang member. That's what it is.
What-
He makes his money through
that's right.
drugs.
Yeah, he sells drugs.
He has the tattoos.
I
on
saw
his
his
hands.
tattoos on his
The
hands.
tattoos on his hands. Yeah.
What do you
Excuse me.
What do you think rich? Where does rich begin for you?
I think when you're pulling in like
good question.
easily like 500,000 a year, that's when you're like rich.
Yeah,
Like that's when
What?
that's when I consider you are rich. Like that is a rich person. You're pulling in 500,000.
Only so if you pull in $450,000, you're not rich.
I think you're very well off. I think
You're rich.
look, that's like too extreme. Like it's like a family that makes 250,000 a year, like each of them, and then they get together. Like they're fucking good.
Yeah.
Just if you're making that a year,
because I think
like imagine you work for 20
yeah.
fucking years.
I don't know.
That's
know.
a lot
I don't
of
know,
money.
I don't know
Yeah.
how much her dad makes, but he makes good money. Like he makes more than Lillian and I combined. And
I would hope so.
And together we make pretty good money combined as well.
Well, sure, yeah,
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I would say he definitely makes more than we do.
yeah. But look, and also to your argument, you guys live in a very humble apartment, even though you guys can live
true.
wherever the fuck you
That's
want.
true. We could live pretty much
So
everywhere
it's
we
like,
wanted to.
it definitely, the house that Lily's dad's house is very deceitful. It's a very appropriate house for an MS-13 drug lord.
True, yeah.
You would have that.
Don't say that. Please.
What are you saying?
Don't say that.
Your 19-year-old girlfriend has a drug dealer dad from MS-13.
I think most things are funny. This is not funny.
I don't think it's funny either. I'm just saying.
This is not a laughing matter, Kingston.
Yeah.
We've been meaning to start talking about this.
Yeah, we've been having an intervention about your 19-year-old girlfriend.
There, people that look
with
like
her
him,
MS-13
people that look
drug
like
lord
him are getting picked up and shipped out. It's actually not funny. I don't like it. It's
Like, I'm sorry.
I don't think, Kingston,
It makes
we don't
me-
think it's funny.
We don't think it's funny either. Like I had a conversation with Donald Trump the other day because he was like, he called me up. He's like, "Hey man, you're slacking a little bit on the podcast. You're not answering enough questions." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, Mr. President." And he said, "By the way, I'm a little worried about Kingston's 19-year-old girlfriend and his MS-13 father-in-law or whatever. I think I'm gonna have to do something about this."
Yeah.
And so I'm just warning you.
If he's worried directly about me, that's insane.
Yeah.
I just realized, yeah, you have knuckle, you have MS-13 tag.
Oh yeah, it says MS-13 twice on
Yeah.
on my knuckles. It says MS-13.
It says black person.
It says it's MS-13 forever. It says MS-13 forever.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's crazy.
And then immediately right now I'm just snatched.
Somebody comes in, grabs you, suplexes you, and drags you out.
Like just cause.
It's one of those vaudeville hooks, but it's got a sombrero on it to denote that it's a Mexican holding it.
That's crazy. And immediately they just put me on a fucking fighter jet to El Salvador. They don't even want to wait. They don't even want to put me on a regular plane. They want a jet that gets there in like fucking 20 minutes or something.
Speed. They put you on one of those stealth bombers.
They put yeah.
One of those things that you just don't know why you're dying. Like, why is it raining?
Do you remember those
fire?
things from like the 2000s? The stealth planes
They look insane.
that looked like, how does that fly? With like,
Yeah.
they didn't look
They look
real.
like spacecrafts.
They look like actual alien
Yeah.
tech, like what you would imagine.
Are those still around? Or they stopped using them.
I've seen
I don't
them.
know.
I've seen them. Well, at least in the Air Force Base in Nevada.
You've seen them. Oh, well, they're not.
Well,
Not doing it.
shut the fuck up.
Are you sure you've seen them, or you think you've seen them?
All right, let's see. We're getting some pretty good. We're doing well.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Hold on.
Oh, okay, no, yeah, we'll do a couple.
Let's leave.
I just want to have like a regular show for once.
Yeah. Well,
instead of 3 hours and 50 minutes. You know?
well, you know what? Let's
Yeah, let's do a couple more. Huh? I'm not
yeah.
with that.
Colin Moriarty. Wow, he writes in again.
Oh damn, dude, I love you, Colin.
Yeah, Colin's on a roll, man. What's up? Funniest, and least funny. Jeez. Well, I guess
I like that.
I guess that has to theoretically be true on some level.
Yeah, so actually I like that in I wonder what the audience would think. Like what would everybody put your own classify it and see what the consensus
We
is.
don't need to know.
I love the idea
We
that
don't need to know that, but I'm fine with it.
I mean, who
I
cares?
love that
Like,
because
it's fine.
even if I was the least funny to all of them,
Yeah.
What does
Who
that do?
cares?
I know I'm the funniest person ever. You don't gotta tell me I'm
Right.
so fucking hilarious, dude. All right, shit, I know.
So he says, I wanted to weigh in on your
marketable,
conversation.
most funniest. You got all the crowns. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, wow. So Colin writes in, I wanted to weigh in on your conversation in episode 163 about terrorism. I got to be honest with you. What episode are we on right now?
327.
This is 321. Did you say 169?
163.
Oh, 163.
So even longer ago.
Blood. We are probably different people from that person. Let's hear it.
So, yeah. So,
What the fuck did I say?
Let's hear it.
I'd love to hear
I'm
this.
excited.
yeah, I mean, we'll see. I want to make it clear that there is such a thing as ethical terrorism, like the rebels in Star Wars. A real-life example would be putting estrogen in the water supply of American Nazi Party to force feminize them. If you could commit ethical terrorism against someone, who would you target and what would you do?
Here's the thing.
Question from Colin Moriarty.
Thank you, Colin. Actually,
Thank you, Colin Moriarty, host of
this is
Sacred
so
Symbols.
relevant today. It's insane.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Every once in a while, like I check my Facebook memories all the time just to see what the fuck I posted.
Yeah,
or
just
whatever.
out of curiosity. Yeah.
And so this one, I posted a God of War stream where I was fighting Sigrun or whatever, while I was streaming, and somebody asked me a question, and the way that I answered, I must not have really been paying attention because I answered so poorly.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, this is not like even at that time I couldn't have believed this. And so if we're talking about like say if we talked about terrorism, And this guy says there's such a thing as ethical terrorism. I'm like, yeah, well, the thing that I'm like, well, yeah, first of all, yes. Second of all, like
it's a very eye of the beholder kind of situation, right?
it's
Like
a-
if,
Well, I think
The
terrorism
idea
turns
of-
into resistance and
Well,
rebellion.
see,
and
the
that's
whole
what it
thing
becomes.
is, but see, that's the whole thing about the idea of terrorism.
Right.
Look, think about there's a lot. Why I said this is so relevant right now because when people, I don't know where. So I made a couple of videos talking about Ethan and all that shit and iDubbbz and the whole situation. I don't know where the fuck these things were posted or streamed or whatever. But I had a handful of YouTubers, like big ones, come out and say, like, hey, like, good job, and this. It was actually like 99% positivity. But
Your
then,
second video talking about all the doxing and shit is like just straight up true.
well,
Like there's like that, like your perspective or your opinions on it are one thing that people could agree with, they just want to agree
disagree.
with.
Yeah, right.
But I think straight up you showing the information about doxing is like that's
Well, this is
that's
just
real.
what's happening.
That's just real.
Yeah,
You
it
can't
was
say anything about
the broader.
that.
Yeah, the broader point of that video was just to show, like, hey, this guy's wilding out, and I'm seeing a bunch of people in the commentary community excusing the behavior because they hate Hassan so much, and I think that's retarded, right? I'm like, you can hate Hassan and also be like, this is fucking crazy. I'm not gonna defend Ethan.
I think that part was
anyway,
fair.
but like the whole the idea of is that like. Because of some of that stuff that I made, some people are like, "Oh, Derek is defending terrorism via Hassan or something because Hassan defends terrorism." And the idea is talking to these people, this pointless, right? Because they're not into like geopolitics or about anything like that. But when we talk about terrorism right now, I like this subject because if you want to like upset those guys, you can just say like, "Hey, you guys, people in the West, you appreciate the founding fathers, right? But like they are literally terrorists."
Yeah.
Literally, obviously, but a lot of those people would try to push back because their idea of terrorism is like spooky brown people,
Right.
The brown people wearing black and stuff, and they have fucking guns and shit. But it's like the definition is
right.
And if you want to talk about good guy versus bad guy, who are the worst offenders? Like the American imperialism, like some of the biggest, the British Empire. Like you think about the worst terrorist in history.
No, those are cool white people that are founding things.
Right, and so that's
cool
That's the
founding
whole
white
thing where
folks.
like it
That's
gets
not the same
it
thing.
Yeah, like
gets-
the smallpox blankets and shit.
What?
It gets so annoying that I'm like, I hate that that's what terrorism's been deduced to. And people are right when you say this didn't happen until fairly recently, especially modern day after 9/11.
yeah.
So now 9/11 terrorism means spooky brown people in the Middle East.
Terrorism-
When before
terrorism-
it was a little bit broader, like it covered
It
South
had its
American.
real meaning. It had
Yeah.
its real
It
meaning
It covered
still.
different insurgencies.
It was more broad.
Yeah.
Now it's like kind of, it's like it's gentrified in a way.
In a way.
Now it's broad,
In a
but in
way.
a really dumb way because
It's-
it's just like, oh,
it's not-
Hispanic man that came here.
Well, no, he's a gang member.
He's a gang member.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not calling them terrorists. Well, they are saying they're committing domestic terror. I don't fucking know. They use
Whatever.
it. They use it in the way, but we understand that. Say
I mean,
the
the
So if I
idea-
could commit ethical terrorism on a group of people, I think the Native Americans have had it too good for too long.
right, right.
chill.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
fucking-
I saw
You're
a picture-
cooking right now.
I saw a picture of my grandma recently, and I was like, "Oh man, you look just like them." Oof.
What do you mean? Your grandma?
Yeah, I was like,
Whoa,
"Holy
whoa.
crap!" I was
Your
like,
grandma looks Native American?
pretty Native American. Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, you know what's crazy?
Look, I'll show you.
You know what's crazy?
It's
let's do
creepy.
it.
I don't want to see this.
I want to see it. Whoa.
Ouch, that's my. She's like
I'm
the
just
one, she's the one person I love.
Do you remember? Do you remember? So when we went to Disney,
yeah.
we were we saw these like cigar store Indians, kind of like
Yes. Hell yeah.
just kind of sitting there. Oh, that's your grandmother?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, I guess. I mean, she's clearly she's clearly
half,
yeah,
yeah.
she's clearly half. Don't dox her. What are you doing?
I'm not sure. I'm not,
don't dox her.
Those-
Is she Sikh?
Huh? No, she says she wears a wrap
Okay.
because her hair is thinning, so just wears
okay,
a thing.
so- okay.
But that's
Oh, so
also a
it's-
long time.
So it's just like
ago.
practical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using religious,
oh, it looks nice.
using religious items for practical reasons is very funny to me.
I think it's more
That's
Caribbean.
sick.
I think Caribbean. I think people in St.
I
Thomas
have
do
seen
that
like
though.
a Creole type of
Yeah.
rapping like that too.
I mean, I used to use my Jesus, my what do you call it?
Holes in your hands?
Rosary.
No, it's not a rosary because a rosary is like
the beads,
specific.
right?
It's
The
the
beads,
beads
yeah.
and
Holes
it's
in
like
your hands,
ceramic or something. Huh?
What are you saying?
It's like a is it crucifix?
Is it-
Well,
crucifix,
people
that's
do
what
call
it
it
is.
a crucifix. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a crucifix necklace.
Jesus piece. If you
And
want,
I've
if you
talked
will.
about this before, but like a Jesus piece.
Yeah.
And he was only connected at the center of his body.
Oh right.
Pelvis.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the connecting points of his hands and feet had wore down, so I could spin him.
You get better Jesus.
And I would like spin him
So
to make
sick.
decisions.
That's so sick.
This is I did this in Catholic school.
What year was this?
This must have been, if I'm remembering correctly, this was definitely before I moved to upstate. So
Like
it was
05?
pre-2005.
Yeah.
Pre-2005?
Yeah, so I was
Man,
like,
that was just predated like the huge era. 2005, 2006 were spinner everything, spinner rims,
I
spinner
feel like
ice.
rims were earlier than that, but I could be wrong.
My
Perception of time is
it
fucked for that
exploded
period of time.
in my
Like, really fucked.
my senior was 2006 high school. It exploded post that, and so there was that little mid 2000s, a little bit to the 2007, 2008, then it died.
Because, dude, I look back at like the 2000s, and like I feel like so much happened, and I don't know where I was for some of it. I'm like,
you were a child enjoying
I was like-
childhood.
I'm watching
Right.
Billy and Mandy, and then like all of a sudden I'm in high school, and I'm like, I don't.
You watched
know.
one episode and then you're in high school.
No, it's like that scene in Click
Yeah.
where he keeps accidentally fast forwarding.
Everyone
Yeah.
old now. I'm Mr. Adam Sandler.
I'm old. We got booga baby baby.
What's crazy? He was really jacked when he was younger. I think that's
He was, yeah, that
hilarious.
was
he
very
was
funny.
super deezed up, and now he's like, now I'm.
Yeah, didn't he used to wear like heavy shirts and go to the beach and then take it
Yeah.
off, and people were like, "Oh shit."
And now he's like, I'm
very
just,
funny.
just
I would
chilling.
I would too.
Yeah. All right.
I got a
Well.
daughter. I don't give a fuck anymore, man. I'm
Yeah, he looks like a bum. I love it.
Oh, Colin Moriarty wrote in again.
Oh, shout
He
out.
went to the SAG Awards with fucking jeans, shorts, everything. He's like, I'm gonna go play basketball outside. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night.
I love
and
how
I'm like,
obsessed
that's
he is
hilarious.
with basketball.
Well, he's from New York. That makes
I feel like
sense.
there's a lot of people that
That makes sense.
I feel like there's a lot of people that once they
No.
get to a
That's
certain
the
level,
sport you play in New York City, though. Really,
It's all
that's
just
like
how
the only
you-
New York City sport.
Sure.
I think it's like a dissociative
Sure.
state though too that I noticed that some celebrities do, or even like I don't necessarily. I know Hassan technically is like a celebrity, but I remember, like we all went to that fucking that thing. What's his name?
Criticals.
Critical. We went to Critical's thing.
Oh, the warehouse. Yeah.
And then like that he shows up and immediately just starts playing basketball. Like not even like, oh, I'm gonna go and enjoy like the thing. He's like, oh, this basketball court. I'm immediately just gonna play. As imagine this Adam Sandler thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just get to a point where immediately like I just want to do this thing, and then and I feel like it's at a certain point when you probably just deal with so many people. You're like, I don't want to deal with people anymore. I'm just gonna do sports stuff,
Sure.
and I kind of like that. I want to do that,
Yeah.
even though I don't deal with that many people. I stay
Anyway.
home.
Anyway, Colin Moriarty.
I just stay
Colin
home.
Moriarty wrote in yet again. He has one question. It's very simple. It says, "It's how can this be?"
Why?
It's interesting. There's a lot of layers to that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a bone or a penis?
That's either a femur or a penis that Derek has drawn.
Yeah, it's a femur penis.
Oh, a penis. A femur?
Yeah.
Fucking penis.
Yeah, you've never seen a.
All right, I have an issue with this. Right.
What do you got?
I know that that's like something that Colin says a lot, so like it's whatever. It's a little reference.
Okay.
But I'm going to read this not necessarily because I want to answer the question, although we will. I want to point something out here. One man versus 100 dedicated Oompa Loompas wrote in. And he says, "Hey guys, real Colin Moriarty here." No. You can't do that. You can't not commit to the name.
And then
You can't commit to half of the bit here.
yeah.
Either your name is Colin Moriarty or it is not.
This is literally what we asked you guys
Real
not to do. We asked you guys literally not to do this.
Yeah, somebody said Malin Coriarty, but we already read their question, so like it didn't matter. But like, I'm not looking for that. All right,
Yeah, I don't want
none of this.
I don't want none of this. Don't be
None of
ironic.
this.
Don't do nothing.
fucking cards.
We will find you and hurt you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kingston will do it, but like we'll direct him.
Yeah, we'll support him.
Yeah, we'll airlift him over to your direct. We'll drop him. We'll drop him like a fucking like a reverse Fulton. From,
reverse
Metal Gear
Fulton.
Solid.
We're gonna put you in like fucking Nemesis or something.
Reverse Fulton.
Stars.
Or Colin.
I never understood that about that game.
What?
Like why he's like such a big fan of that network.
God damn that. This is the ultimate. That was a final form of dad joke.
Yeah.
That was a final form.
Paramount Plus. What the fuck is this guy?
What's wrong? Why?
Jill is fucking so puzzled.
She's so confused.
Paramount Plus.
Why?
What does that mean? Why do you want this?
I love knowing that that character in that game was supposed to be Not that one. And 4 was supposed to be Dante. So I love the idea of thinking that Dante might have been at Raccoon City, just dicking the fuck around. People are getting slaughtered. He's just like jumping off zombies' heads and having a fucking jamboree.
I think it's cute that they did allude to that in the show.
And then people are dying. People are dying in droves.
It would have been pretty funny.
And he's just like, wow, man, I really want some pizza.
Did you see that?
You want a slice?
Did you see that clip of that streamer playing DMC5? And he's like
I
really
swear to God.
upset. He's like, what the fuck is happening in this game? Like, he doesn't know what's happening. And then it's around the time where Dante gets the hat. He flips the hat on and starts doing the Michael Jackson shit. And the guy
gets
just
up and leaves.
takes his headphones off. It's so funny.
That's so
the timing
crazy.
is so funny. He's
is good.
genuinely upset.
He's so vexed. Like, he's already at the point now where he's like, you should have turned the game off a while ago. And the next thing, immediately something ridiculous happens. He's like, I
Why
can't
would you
go.
start from the 5th game? Because it's clearly he doesn't know what's happening at all. So he's just like, oh, this is a new and popular game.
Oh, it's a great place to jump in. 5.
On 5.
Let's jump into the last Game of Thrones book. Wow, Winds of Winter seems like a good read. I guess I'll give it a try.
I did that
Like,
as a dumbass kid. My first Harry Potter book was Goblet of Fire. And I'm like, wow, I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, because I think at that time you're used to like, I don't know, you're used to like title of book, subtitle being relatively self-contained, almost like Goosebumps, kind of like the Haunted Mask.
Right.
If there was a sequel, there'd be like Haunted Mask Part like 2. You know, it would be like Harry Potter Goblet of Fire 2 or something. You'd be like, oh, I'm clearly this is the first chapter of the Goblet of Fire, or like those serial books that you would read, and they would all be like self-contained.
Right.
But yeah, like starting on Goblet of Fire, would be like,
okay, so
who are these
I
people?
have no idea what's happening at all.
the Harry Potter titles are The Sorceress Negro.
Amazing.
What's the second one called?
Chamber of
Penis
Secrets.
The Chamber of Niggas.
Oh, okay.
The Chamber of Niggas. The Goblet of Fire. The Goblet
No,
of Negro.
it's Prisoner of
Negroes
Azkaban. After as the third.
The penis of
It'd be
the
the
Negroes of Azkaban
It'd
or
be the
whatever.
hard R. That'd be better. I feel like that sounds a little better.
Okay.
Then
Gotcha.
it'd be the what is it? The Chamber of Secrets.
The
The Chamber of Secrets is the second one. That
What
we
is it?
said.
What's number 4? What's number 4?
That's the goblet.
I only
The
listen,
Goblet of Negroes.
Negroes,
Goblet of Negroes.
and then I don't know
Then
because I
it's,
only saw
the
the
half blood nigga.
That's the last one. I think.
No, that's Hollow.
The second to last one.
Deathly Hollows. So it's Deadly Niggas, obviously.
Deadly Niggas, okay.
I've only seen the first 3 and part 2 of the last one.
I've seen.
It's real.
You fucking skipped and saw the
You
second
skipped
half of the
3
last
movies.
one.
So basically, I saw
And you cried.
I saw all of Avengers.
Bloody.
I basically saw all of Avengers Phase 1.
Yeah.
And then skipped to Endgame.
Endgame.
And you're like, how do we get to this point?
Yeah, I remember
Why is Hulk talking?
because I
Why
like
is Hulk talking?
that is a jarring shift.
Yeah.
But
the Hulk and
yeah, I saw the Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and I really like those movies. I think they're like charming, kind of fun. They're Christopher Columbus movies. Or they're Chris Columbus movies.
Okay.
Where like he did Home Alone, and so like there's like a whimsical kind of tone to him.
Gotcha.
That I remember liking as a kid. It's like a fun kids movie. And then he gets to Prisoner of Azkaban, and you're like,
I love that movie.
it's not that it's bad. I just remember watching it, and it was so fucking dark
Yeah.
that I couldn't say. Like there was a scene where like Sirius Black, I think, is in his wolf form or whatever, and he's growling. And Harry in the beginning when he's waiting for like a bus. And it's just a shot of nothing because it's a set you can't see anything.
I love
and he's like, what's
Sirius
growling?
Black.
And it's like, it's a dog there. And it's like, there's no dog there.
I was in the era when like the contrast was like high.
Yeah, it was
but,
all
like,
fucked.
and everything was like blue. Was that around that time?
Yeah, exactly. That was when it
Okay.
started, and I liked that movie, but I could tell that like the direction things were going was like, I don't care about this really anymore.
I
And then I think I saw like there was a viewing party in high school way later on
interesting.
of the last one
Oh.
that I was invited to because everybody around that time assumed that everybody had seen Harry Potter, which is a fair assumption to be fair.
Was
around
that
that
the
time.
first, or was it Twilight came first? Of the what I mean
it's
is
that period of time.
is the
Everything's blue.
making
part 1.
not even
part
that the
2.
part 1 and part 2 movie thing.
Right.
I think the last Twilight book has 2 parts actually. Though.
Yeah, well, but like, well, fuck, I don't.
I think for Twilight the book has 2 parts.
That was
The
the
book
first
has
time
two
that I
I think
remember.
it's Breaking Dawn part 1 and 2. I think, which
Okay.
is stupid in its own fucking right. But let's not talk about Stephanie Myers. We could be all day for that.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
That is when I started noticing it. The whole
yeah. It
part
started
one, part two. Yeah,
being a thing.
they
or
started
something like that.
splitting the last thing because like they wanted a double dip.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think I really enjoy Harry Potter, except it's like everything. It's like a lot of things I enjoy. I just hate the main characters. I just don't like the main characters anymore. Like for me,
like
One Piece.
One
I
Piece.
love One Piece. a lot. I can't fucking stand seeing Luffy anymore.
I watched. I don't know if you quote tweeted. I don't know. I just saw a scene. Somebody did.
Mm-hmm.
It was a scene of Luffy and fighting someone,
Yeah.
and it was so somebody shared it saying this is over animated. That was the whole
Extremely
thing.
so.
And when I watched it, I felt like I was old. Like I said again, like I referenced to like say an old person or a grandpa watching. Like my mom was looking at Resident Evil 5 at the time.
Yeah.
We were like, whoa, like it was probably too
like a
stimulating.
Victorian child watching WrestleMania or something.
Dude, that's
Just being overwhelmed.
that is
They're not coughing themselves to death.
that is
What's going
crazy,
on?
dude.
Where are the rats?
They're done. They're done. There's no way you can watch that. But yeah, it was insane, and I was just like, oh, this is so not for me. This is hilarious.
I saw that exact clip. I think it's animated great.
I think it's over animated.
I think it's fine. I think over animation is. I wish there was more over animation, quite frankly.
I think it's.
I didn't understand what the fuck was happening.
That was the bigger part of it. That I was just like, this is not for
that's
me. I don't know
That's
what the fuck
also
this is.
No, over
1,000
animated-
plus episodes in, 25 years of content.
Why does he look old? What is that?
Luffy, that's his new transformation. He turns into a guy that has Toon Force, literally, actually.
That's what it looked like.
He has Toon Force.
It looked like it was very
Looney Tunes.
I was like, this is not like good for you guys. Like if you're into this shit, this is just
you get
not-
1,000 episodes of a show you like. God bless.
Not my shit.
Every moment he shows back up, I'm like, this show instantly got so much less good.
Oh.
It went from being about geopolitics and like cool cultures to like, I'm gonna become king of the pirates and win fights after trying 13 times, people not killing me. And it's like, what?
Pretty sure that was my experience of One Piece in the beginning.
What?
Of it's just like a guy trying to become king of the pirates.
It's him trying to become king of the pirates, but it's like he fights people 6 times and then eventually wins.
Wait, isn't that redundant? No, not even redundant. Like
No, there's a pirate king in that world. There's someone who holds the title of the strongest, most powerful
I know what you're
pirate.
thinking. I also agree.
I get it. He's
It's like having a king of thieves. It's like
it's the
what
idea.
are you
It's the
doing?
idea of being the number one pirate. Saying king of the pirate is kind of dumb, but it's like
so meaning that like I'm just the most efficient
he
pirate.
is the greatest pirate on the sea.
Yeah, he's like the Michael Jordan of pirates.
Literally, yeah.
That's that's much better. That is much
King of the
that
Pirates,
is
the
much
phrase
better
is
than
stupider.
me thinking that there's like a king pirate
Yeah.
to adhere to.
Yeah, it's
that,
crazy.
Like, I was like, I'm never watching that ever. But okay,
All right, so what
It's
the
a
fuck?
good
How did we
show.
get here?
It's just kind of silly.
I don't know.
What were we talking
Continue. We were talking against question.
No,
but
didn't you answer the question?
But we were pulling on a thread that I.
I don't know. We're talking about Harry Potter. We're talking about the
Harry Potter.
the split stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Harry Potter.
I like Harry Potter to me is like Star Wars to me, where it's like it's I get it.
Yeah,
Like and it's whimsical, and I like it a little bit. I get it, but like I'm just kind of
I haven't taken the time.
like the whole like
I need to watch
fucking the names like Sirius Black and like
It's a badass name.
it's weird and or
name is sick.
it is a no, but I mean like
I'm mad that he's not black.
some of the more obvious ones where it's just like clearly
Because Sirius family, they all named them stars. They all named them constellations.
but it's very similar to Star Wars to me where it's just like wow
Oh, right.
Darth Sidious. I wonder what the fuck
I
he
wonder
is.
if he's gonna be a good guy or bad guy.
Like
he's
Harry
a
Potter and Star
Sith.
Wars are very analogous
He's a-
to me.
That's why it is kind of funny. Like, oh well, okay, so Palpatine. All right, that's it. If you didn't know about the 4, 5, and 6, maybe you could be fooled at some point.
I really don't believe that.
I know.
It's so funny how badly like they're
it's-
all so clearly evil.
It
Like
has
anybody
to
who's
be
going
magic. The magic of the Force has to be doing this because I think Palpatine is so clearly evil.
he is clearly.
He's so clearly evil.
There's always a
wouldn't
character like
trust
that in a
that guy.
TV show where like they're meant to come across in universe as like a neutral figure, or like, you're not supposed to have any preconceived notions about them.
Yeah.
But then they give a speech where it's like Kingpin giving
Oh,
a
yeah.
speech. It's like you're framing me.
I
Or
care
like,
about this city, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh yeah.
The fact that he
I was watching.
That guy.
I was watching.
he becomes mayor. I'm like, what?
I was watching the Halo TV show again recently.
Oh, of course.
For reasons.
Oh, I get.
But
I get
To
it.
rage bait and beat off and go to sleep.
No.
Yeah.
the
there's a
only way I
character-
feel.
But there's a character in the beginning where it's like, oh yeah, we sent this guy to do peace talks, and then he's like on the TV, and he's like, the people of Madrigal deserve more, and it's just like you're a fucking bad person. Like you're not. It's not even. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Even pretending.
It is
It's so dumb.
You're lying to me.
The-
Why
the-
are you lying?
the
Why are
worst
you lying
trope-
to me? It's actually, it's like, I know you're evil. Stop
The
lying.
worst trope is like the slicked back hair. It's
yeah.
like it
Bald.
immediately makes you like a bad guy.
Yeah,
to
like report of the week.
yeah. Perfect.
It's like being bald and be like, you're fucking evil. What do you mean? You're bald. You're bald and you're
bald
20.
equals evil.
What is wrong with
bald
you?
evil? But, I was
Bald,
watching
evil, and gay.
What was it? I was watching. I think it was the Punisher and like his best friend. Like
in the show?
yeah, in the show.
his-
The I can't remember his name right now.
I don't.
But like he
been
turns
so
he
long.
turns into Jigsaw or whatever.
What's his
What? He
name?
turns into from Saw?
What's his name?
No.
He turns into a mime on a tricycle?
Yes.
His name is Tommy something. Tommy.
No.
Billy Russo.
Billy Russo.
Billy Russo.
So
Wait. My friend's turning into a mime. Wait.
Red, help me, Red.
Help me, Red. There's a mime in my office.
There's nothing you can do. I'm here.
It's me, Billy Russo.
Why is there a mime in here? I don't understand why there's a mime in my
I'm
city.
gonna grab this mime
into
and
an invisible wall. Oh shit!
Oh shit!
I'm a
I'm
big
not
man.
equipped for mime shenanigans.
I must become the mayor of the city to defeat the mimes.
I'm gonna squeeze this mime's head.
And
till
Billy
it pops.
Russo and they're not even in the show anymore. It's just focused on Jigsaw.
on
It's
Jigsaw,
Kingpin and
which is the Kingpin.
it's Kingpin, Jigsaw, and his army of mimes.
That is it's an army of mimes.
Dude, an army of mimes. Like, if mimes could do
Magic?
what they imply that they do,
Unlimited
an
power.
army of mimes is genuinely the most deadly force that could possibly
can
exist.
drop-
They can't talk. They can't talk.
Do you know what they're
talk,
like?
They can't
lose their
talk,
power.
but they can improvise.
Are they not like the fucking orcs in 40K?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
They're reality shapers.
It's fucking terrifying. They just, dude, a comet. They just a meteorite. They're like, and then you just explode. Like
that is insane.
Like
that is so much. Like, what the fuck? And they build a house.
And then they're
Boom, and
bomb
it-
shelter.
Then it's literally an extinction level event because of one mime.
Yeah.
They go into nuclear wind. They go into fucking nuclear winter because of one
There's
stupid ass mime.
One mime painstakingly goes through the effort of pantomiming
Yeah.
the entire process of finding and the materials for and building a nuclear weapon,
Yeah.
but no one can see it.
They're not sure. Like,
They're not
what's
sure. It's like,
what's
what's
he
he
doing?
doing? He's just like days, weeks. just a second. I guess I don't know.
He's
I
in the
guess-
middle of Times Square doing
Yeah,
it.
he's in the middle of
seeing him.
yeah. People
Because he has to
oh
be
my
viewed.
god,
He has to be viewed.
Yeah, people think
He has to be viewed.
People think
that's
he's-
another rule.
people think
That
he's
is
just
a
a
rule, yeah.
busker. He's just like a performance artist.
Yeah.
and so he's like, oh, it's the New York City mime.
the New York
You know?
City
Oh, it's like,
mime.
it's like the naked cowboy or whatever. It's like, oh, he's just like a staple of New York City. And then one day he just
doing it. And then, boom. And then Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Good job, my mom.
One of my thousands of minds.
What is what?
One of my thousands of minds have been co-opted in human society.
He has-
You can't even tell they're there.
he
It's
has
like,
2,000
they're
mimes. he has 2,000 mimes on every city block.
That is so much. That is so many. He's co-opted so many people in a mimery.
There's more mimes than people, really,
Like
which is a frightening
This
concept.
is a day which will live in infamy, where the mimes, well, a mime actually,
a single mime.
absolutely obliterated my city.
New York is gone.
I'm living on the outside right now because I drove outside of it.
I'm in Jersey
He's
right
explaining.
now.
I like that he's explaining.
He fucking explains that. That's so stupid.
He's at a press conference in the outside. He's on Staten Island or whatever. We're on the outskirts of Staten Island right now because the city exploded.
Because he,
As if everybody doesn't.
like, they
already-
don't understand.
Yeah, just like
I'm not currently in New York.
excuse me, President Kingpin. We know.
we know.
Help.
He goes up to you. You shouldn't have said that to me, boy. And he goes and grabs him and bisects him.
Yeah.
Back to what I was saying.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No
To get to this-
vigilantes.
No vigilante. No mimes.
Spider-Man.
No mimes.
No Spider-Man. No mimes.
No mimes, no daredevils, and that's it. That's just those three. No mimes, no Spider-Mans, no daredevils.
We're reverse engineering our own mimes. E-mims. and they're underway. They can counter the mimes.
E-mims versus mimes.
We
They're like the damage they're causing is insane.
And Wazgidge?
What is that?
Wazgidge
Jigsaw? Wazgidge?
He's black and white. He's black and white instead of white and black.
We'll read
And then
this
he has
last.
blue rings on it instead of red.
We have
read-
a Wazgidge. I can't even say
It's
it.
impossible.
I don't like to play games.
Wazgidge. I don't like to play games.
He's in a suit and tie. He's like official. He's like, I don't play games.
I don't play games.
And instead of a tricycle, he has a scooter.
He's
No, he has
He has a ripstick. He has a ripstick.
He's professional and he's
No,
on
he
a
shouldn't-
Segway.
No, because that's still too playful. He should be in a station wagon.
station wagon.
Yeah, the opposite of a tricycle.
Yeah, I don't play games.
Or a unicycle would be funny.
Oh, it's not right.
But unicycle is.
You do get it? You get it though? Because it's bicycle? Then it's
No,
a
I understand,
tricycle,
I understand.
and a unicycle. I think it's funny.
I just think it's.
He comes in real serious in a briefcase.
Yeah,
Unicycle.
I just feel like it's on a glance. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I guess so because it's still whimsical. It's
It's
wacky.
whimsical. It's
Yeah.
wacky. But
So a horse.
a horse. Is
It could be
crazy.
a fancy horse. Yeah.
Yeah, a
Stone.
three-legged horse.
What a nice guy. He rescued a three-legged horse, I guess.
It's a Tridesdale.
It's a Tridesdale.
Let's not
Does it
play a
have,
game.
But is it like where its leg is in the middle?
So it's got two front legs and then one back one.
Oh, it's in the back. Wait,
Yeah.
That's not how it trike. It's supposed to be the other way around.
Hey man,
It's one in the middle and then two back legs. That is so fucking terrible.
it's like an Oddworld alien. I'm really vividly imagining that
I've
as a
seen
part
that
of
in Star
Oddworld.
Wars. I've seen that creature in Star Wars. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. Anyway, we're
no
gonna read
fun.
this last question by 100 man versus 100 dedicated Oompa Loompas. He says, "Hey guys, Real Colin Moriarty here again. Don't do that." But he says, with Oblivion Remastered shadow dropping, what game would you like to see randomly remastered with no fanfare and dropped on your lap on a random Tuesday? It's kind of a hard question to answer now, especially because I feel like a lot of them have been.
On a random Tuesday,
Yeah.
Shadow dropped. Man, there's so
Really
many.
know for you, Derek. Just say it. Really know.
Well, I mean, I've already. Wait. What do you think I want it?
Legend of Dragoon, dude.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe I said maybe it was something. Yeah, no, that's 100%. Like again, I feel like I'm being gaslit, but I haven't proven this yet. But I feel like I remember very vividly that Blue Point put out some tweets that were cryptic, that were that had like these.
You're right.
But
We reported on it, I think.
so and I remember specifically it was like, oh, this is Bloodborne shit. But I also remember using the word dart, and which is like a reference to like
Right.
Legend of Dragon. But the thing is, when I went to check, that tweet was gone. And I was like, wait a minute, where's that dart? Anyway, long story short, it just made me think that, oh God, I hope that they're still interested in doing that. It's been many years.
Dude,
at
I
this
don't know.
point.
Man. I think 'cause what was crazy too is I remember Insomniac tweeting out like occasionally
Yeah.
like things about Resistance. Right?
Oh, okay.
And then like, oh man, it's Resistance. Or they'll just tweet out a random picture from Resistance with no context.
Uh-huh.
And everybody was like, oh, I wonder what they're making. Nothing. It had nothing to do with anything. It had to do with, in fact, they're just making Marvel games until 2035, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're not doing anything other than Marvel because they're getting that Marvel check right now.
I mean,
So
yeah,
they're
I
doing
get it.
that Marvel check is bad though. Because
Really?
they
Is
don't, yeah, because the licensing fees for that IP isn't really
I'm assuming they make some sort of like reasonable deal for the licensing of the IP when they're
not as
doing
much
it
as
exclusively.
it's pretty. From what I understand about those licensing deals, it's pretty. Like a lot of people don't want to be doing them.
That's why Wizards
Like
of
it's
the
work
Coast-
that you take because it's like guaranteed money, but it's not as like if they made a game that they owned that sold as much as
way more,
Spider-Man,
way
like they
more.
would be way fucking.
Because I know Magic the Gathering, they were going to do the Spider-Man collab, and then they were like, they wanted to do it on the digital thing on like Arena, like the digital client,
Yeah,
and they were like, you got to pay us more, and they were like, we're not doing that. We're just going to make cards
Yeah.
that say the same effects, but we're not.
the licensing
giving you
fees
IP on that.
are crazy.
I definitely,
I didn't even think
really
about it
sucks.
until I looked into it and I was like, oh shit, yeah,
that makes sense because there's a lot of it's funny. Raid Shadow Legends was doing surveys about like kind of testing feeling because they put in random IPs every once in a while. Like they did Xena, they did He-Man, and they're just putting shit and. they won't touch Marvel or anything like
course
that.
not.
Yeah, and
Don't.
again, even though it's extremely popular,
It would draw a lot of people in, but they would have to pay a lot.
it's way too much.
Yeah.
That's what, dude. They're I guess they're feeling out. They might do Kratos. They
Oh, that'd
might
be
do,
interesting.
but also they were looking at like say Tomb Raider stuff. So Lara Croft might make in the game.
Yeah.
They're
Put
looking at
Lara
Magic
Croft's
the Gathering
panties in it.
shit. Like they're and I'm just like, look at all these options, and then everyone's just like one of the most popular things. They're not fucking with it because they said how much it cost.
Yeah,
It's stupid. They're idiots.
it's crazy. Anyway, that'll be it for us today. We're going to read our $25 and up patrons now. Remember, you can join over at patreon.com/SnarkTank. Get your name added to the show if you want. Ask questions, early ad-free access, all that jazz. And yeah, so I think
All
this
that
is.
jizz.
I think these are the
Yeah,
right.
stop doing that, huh?
Yeah, it's making sounds. Where count me down.
3, 2, 1.
I was conservative, then I watched Chris, now I hate cops, the alt-left pipeline. Malin Coriarty, Colin Moriarty, Usurr Grid Guildmaster, Kolshedra Edras, Colin Moriarty, Racist Hokage, Elon justifying 23 bottles of skooma today, Colin Moriarty.
Let's go.
I am going to kill Fred with a mortar. Dee, get out of my laboratory. Gay Marvin Gaye is gay. Okay. 2 rats in a trench coat. Derek and Hassan sitting in a tree, KISSING, because they're fucking gay. JD Vance killed the Pope with fox dye. I modded Mario from Mario 64 in Smash and grab him, and his grab is him goat-seeing. That's pretty
crazy.
wonderful. Ew, Chris has 63 left-handed oriented teeth per gum? What?
What does that mean?
I don't understand. Colin Moriarty. Berserker Broly's big bouncy backside. The Sloker 2, why so derpy? Colin Moriarty.
Let's go.
Jordan Porton Jeterson. Oh, I'm Kingston's dad. Jig jog chickadee chopsticks all. That's crazy.
That sounds like my dad.
That does sound like your dad. And an anti-woke coffee brand sounds incredibly counterproductive.
Yes, it does.
I didn't hear you say Grazy. All or Grazi, I don't know. All Gooners fire.
Grazie. Thank you. Grazie.
Oh, that's how it's spelled.
To the Pope, yeah.
Grazie.
Yeah, 2 C's, right?
No.
Oh, with the
That's
Z?
what I'm saying. It's like a Grazie.
Oh, if that's how it's spelled, it's probably correct, and I,
I don't
just
think that's how
don't
you
know.
spell it.
I don't think that's how. That's why I didn't read it.
It's grazie.
Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, I didn't read it right because I just.
It's probably right, dude. I imagine, and we're just stupid.
Because I'm pretty sure it's the same as Spanish, pretty much.
Let's see. Come on, pussy, get out of here, Google. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Let's see. People are saying, is it Grazia or Grazie? No, that's right. Grazie. Grazie.
Oh, really? It's with a Z?
I thought it was.
I thought for sure it would have
I
been.
said 2 C's, but that was incorrect.
I thought it was
That would
spelled
make
the
that
same
makes
way
a
pretty much as
that makes a
Spanish.
I just thought there wouldn't be an E there because that
gracias.
just seems such an English thing.
You know
You know what I
But
mean?
E is very Italian.
Grazie.
No, I mean, well, E at the end of words that have like a consonant before them.
I understand.
But,
I understand what you're saying, but like, yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I'm everything is pointing to that. That is well, I just a funny joke because it's towards the Pope. Obviously.
Yeah.
Ciao.
I didn't hear you say grazie.
Ciao, nigga.
Killed the shit out of him.
Yeah. Requiescat in pace. All Gooners fire at will, glaze their mongrel hide. Colin Moriarty. Domo Nation, Vaughn of the Dead, a sentient pile of cum. Derek, not Chauvin is innocent. Hashtag free him. Colin Moriarty. Round-eyed Batiman volunteering as Kingston's dad's pack mule for one of those kisses. Denzel Curry's tour is going to be in L.A. at Shrine Expo Hall on May 9th. VIP gen admission tickets are only $165. Very
sounds
highly
cool.
recommend.
That's pretty low.
Zeltron is a cool dude. That's pretty dope.
Only $160 for VIP tickets. That's not bad.
Um,
Yeah, go ahead and buy that for me. Whoever said that.
Yeah. It should be illegal for anyone over 30 to fuck anyone under 25. That's
It should be
insane.
what? What do you say?
I think at that moment is when it genuinely turns off.
What
Where
did you
it's
say?
like,
Anyone over 30 to fuck anyone under 25.
That's stupid as
I
shit.
think 25
That makes
is
no
when
sense
it's
to me.
like it's free reign. Like
that's
whatever.
that's illegal.
Yeah, illegal is so crazy.
Okay.
That's what really throws it off
To
for
me, it sounds like that's like the when a kid's making rules, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's like when a child's like, I'm gonna like you it's so like overcorrecting, you know? Like that's like what a kid
Yeah.
does. There's no like discussion or nuance.
Yeah, I think yeah, I still feel like the way I look at it is like if Sofia Vergara came on to me when I was 22, I would have absolutely done it.
Yeah,
I just think there's like
I just think it's
I just think there's
insane
like
thing to-
things for like other countries have some rules that are insane. I think let's start there.
Yeah,
Let's
I think
start with the one that
like
was
in Japan where it's like 14 or some shit.
I think they just bumped it up a little bit or something.
Yeah, I think
and
it's
still
I think
like
it's
we
15
can keep
now.
going. Like we can keep go. I think there's like countries around the world to catch up. Even some states in the United States where it's like. I don't know. I think it would be. I know a lot of people would be upset, but I feel like 18's an okay thing societally. I feel like that's kind of an okay place to start. I know people grow up in other states and they're like, I disagree. You know, people in the UK, it's the same thing. Like, you know, it's like 16, and so they will probably
crazy.
disagree because they grew up with it. And they're like, yeah, whatever. I drink when I'm 16. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't see myself really seeking that out at all.
Yeah, you just didn't grow up in that environment. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So, like, of course, to us who have 18 as a standard, you know, whether you're in New York, I think it was 18 as well, or was it
In
17?
New York, it's 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is like whatever.
It's
I don't know.
just around the same thing.
I just remember being in college at 17. So like I remember just being like, that's fun. Like it made sense to me.
I see.
But,
yeah, it's to me, it's
I
like
think all of them are arbitrary, but it's like at the same time, it's like there needs to be a baseline.
There's got to be some like societal baseline.
I feel
needs
like
to be a
it's just
baseline.
societal. I just don't feel like I feel like 18 is pretty reasonable.
I feel like 18.
I know people can debate it all day, but
18-year-olds. It's that's a good starting point. You know, it's like here.
I think if it was
It really becomes a problem when people like the issue is people making an intentional choice to seek out
someone that young. That's
people
what's weird.
like oh, this person has a pattern, you know what I mean, of like dating right out of fucking high school.
Yeah,
or
and-
like fucking right, and it's just like, what the fuck
like
are you
those
doing,
people
dude?
where it's like, okay, the person that is legal that are dating those like freshly, like say in a 16 state, those people, right? It's like we should come together as a society, make them pariahs, beat the piss out of them or whatever. Like those people that are actively going out of their way
pee
to
in
take
their
advantage.
eyes.
ship them to the island and then blow it up.
Like I know it's not illegal, but it's like we also there's plenty of things that aren't technically illegal that we should shun as society and beat the piss out of people for doing. Things like that.
Like talking during a movie.
Yes.
like,
No, like literally. I'm much more harsh on like not using your blinkers. Like I think like you should be dragged out of your car and beaten savagely.
Yeah,
Because-
I think you should have a leopard unleashed into the backseat of your
I
car.
love that. And we had like we bred like the center for leopards that were taken care of well and they were trained to
They
jump.
manifest into the car.
I mean, okay, I guess we're doing magic now.
Well, no, there would be like no, there would be a drive. There would be a driver, right? And you'd see somebody not do their blinker, and somebody would call in. There's like this license plate, right? And they'll track you, and they'll pull up alongside you and throw a leopard into your car with incredible accuracy.
Like, so everybody has a dashboard cam too, so
Yeah.
that it's provable. Because I don't want people to be like you know how they were ratting out the Jews kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like it has
yeah.
to be like you have to have proof, so you don't just you know how people just ratted out people.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, this person's harboring Jews, and like they would just fucking take them to the gulag, even though they didn't do anything. They just were just dicks, and they didn't like their neighbors or whatever.
So I'm assuming they have at least 4 or 5 Jewish ones in the basement.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. How many?
And
seven?
then they killed them for being rats too. You know, it's Tattletale. We don't like Tattletales in Nazi Germany.
I saw this
Swiss
fucking
cheese.
I saw this meme of like fucking Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards, the Nazi guy.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, because like they keep doing these like marathon code waves, and it was just him, like this dude at Bungie. You are sheltering codes to the Marathon Alpha under your floorboards, are you not?
Are you not?
People are fucking frustrated.
Somebody draw was.
Was
Gidge. Draw was Gidge, not Jigsaw, bro.
Yeah,
Draw
Kingston, draw that.
was Gidge.
Beautiful petite girl cock wrapped in a bow. Colin Moriarty. Final Fantasy VII, the movie, starring Kingston Jameson as Tifa Lockhart, Derek Pilot as Aerith, and Chris Maldonado as Kate Sith. I would hate that. You really picked the one character that I would have hated to be, so I appreciate that. You know me well. Carry on, my gayward son. There will be peens when you are done. Gay or query, head to rest. I am fucking gay. Colin Moriarty. My ass is full of piss. Help. Colin Moriarty. Losing all my friends in the custody battle. Kurt Cobain POV. Called my newborn son a bigger. Fucking hilarious.
A bigger?
I don't know what that even means. Colin Moriarty. Jack FM the 293. Dumb little gay little stupid. Oh, okay. Hold on.
He looks like a Goomba.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
man.
don't have much space. I can't do it.
He
All right.
looks goofier than Jigsaw.
Yeah. But he's dead serious.
But he's dead serious.
All right. Jack WFM, the 293 dumb little gay little stupid idiot beetles partying in my walls are broke bitches. Do you guys ever see carpet beetles?
Maybe. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
There's a bunch of insects that it's weird that I'm 31 years old and I'm still learning about new insects.
You'll never stop.
I guess so,
I mean,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I heard about this thing called I can't remember what it's called exactly, but it's like a house, it's like a tiny scorpion that's like round.
Spiders. No, never mind.
It's like a round scorpion, but it's like a small dot. People think they're ticks, but it's like a small dot basically
Like
with like
roly-polies?
little scorpion hands.
Oh, it's
Roly
crazy.
polies?
No.
No, hold on, let me look it
I
up.
love roly polies. They're so cute.
They're cool. I always try to make sure not to step on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, he doesn't do that. He kills them.
I saw somebody on Twitter was like, "What bug is this?" And somebody was like, "Oh, it's fucking this scorpion."
It's crazy.
Oh, a pseudo scorpion. I remember that because it sounded so. Yeah,
Like pseudoscience?
no, like look at that.
What the fuck? It is a tick with scorpion arms.
Yeah, and it's like, and
Appendages.
they're way small, dude. Like they're fucking. Yeah.
What god
Although
would
that might
create this?
just be an actual scorpion though. Wait,
What god would create something like that, man?
I know,
A
right?
bored, angry one.
That's so crazy.
A bored angry one.
But apparently they just eat like ants and shit. So they're good to have, I guess. But like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? If I saw that crawling on me, I would eat my own
Same
face.
with that thing,
Yeah,
the
I'd be
big.
very upset.
Remember the bugs that ate mosquitoes back home? The big ass bugs that ate mosquitoes?
What? Which ones?
They were giant bugs. I forgot they're fucking terrifying looking. They look like spiders with wings, but they're like they
The
eat mosquitoes.
fuck are you talking about?
I forgot what they're called.
I'm gonna Google this.
Spiders with wings.
Winged spiders, New York, eat mosquitoes. That's enough keywords, I would imagine.
Not for Google.
Joro spiders, the giant flying spiders that spread across the East Coast. That was recently, though. Are you talking about? Yeah, these are just spiders.
Look, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think you hallucinated this.
I'd rather live on
Probably on fentanyl.
I'd rather live on Rannoch, where Tally's from. To where
Oh, yeah.
They don't have like bugs and bacteria and all that stuff.
Would you rather live in a world completely consumed by bugs, or Tamriel at all?
I would choose Tamriel, but
I mean,
I would choose Tamriel largely because it's like whimsical. There's at
Yeah.
least something interesting happening.
Yeah, it isn't.
Bugs
our
are
world,
terrifying.
Isn't our world just consumed by bugs?
I guess so. Yeah, it's a bad
our world is
question.
filled with bugs. It's not filled with. This is a lot of.
How many bugs are there on?
Yeah,
average?
ask Google how many bugs there are.
Is this the?
I think
Yeah, the
ChatGPT
number is
gonna
so
be like,
egregious
it's
that
so high,
so as to be
it's
meaningless.
so stupid. Yeah,
It's like how much sand is there in the
How many
universe?
grains of sand?
How many atoms exist on a planet? It's like, dude.
I think like ChatGPT will just come out and choke you.
Yeah.
Just immediately.
Like,
You're
I remember-
Don't you
stupid.
dare fucking ask me that again.
I remember hearing that like one strand of hair is billions of atoms wide, and I was like, I don't care about anything anymore.
Yeah. I pour boiling water onto people on fire. Derek voice, Aries, give me cock,
crazy.
balls, and anal, and my life is whores.
That's hot.
Yeah.
My life is Vors.
Also, Colin Moriarty.
Let's go.
Big meaty stinks. Jesus, he fucks me. He knows I'm tight. Gainesis. Oh, that's so dumb. Gainesis. Jesus, he fucks me, and he knows I'm tight. I've been fucking with Jesus all dang night.
Hot.
I've been fucking with Jesus.
So 10 quintillion is the average amount of bugs.
Dang, that's not even arachnids.
Stupid.
That's just bugs.
I can't even care.
No, that's actually probably includes worms too, right? Because worms are bugs technically. I think.
Insects make up 80% of all
think they
known
are.
animal
I think they are.
species.
I think I learned this. I saw it recently.
I think they're cephalopods, right?
5.5 million
Or
species.
invertebrates.
5.5 million species of insects on average.
Let me just look this up.
1.4 billion
No, not
insects
images,
for every
you
human on the
dolt.
planet. So if we did one human versus
Worms are
one,
not bugs.
Invertebrates.
But there are
So-
specific but worms belong to a different class of animal called Annelida. All right, I don't care.
So what do you
anymore.
think?
I'm fucking making
1.4.
shit up
Because
now.
look at the average. There's roughly 1.4 billion insects for every human on the planet. So what if we did
for every human.
one human versus 1.4 billion insects? Who wins?
I think the bugs might have it.
Do they?
I think the bugs have it. That's just so many.
So if it's
that's
1
so
point-
much descending on you at once, and all of them, by the way.
1.4 billion roly polies versus one
Okay,
Arnold
well,
Schwarzenegger in his prime.
All right, well, I guess they're winning.
Who wins?
The person.
Are you sure?
I think the
Yeah,
polies
roly
could take
polies
it.
aren't going to take him.
Yeah.
I think the polies could take
But I
it.
think all bugs.
Yeah. So, well, what you mean? All bugs?
Yeah.
So 10 quintillion bugs versus one.
Imagine being the person. Imagine being the person that the bugs chose to seek out. You know what I mean? That they chose to collaborate with other bugs.
Would that fuck up the Earth's rotation?
Yeah.
If all the bugs
Yes.
converged at
That would
once?
fuck up biomes.
It would fucking make a huge like swing at one point. Like if everyone converged on one part of the Earth.
Think about how many. Think about how many bees it takes to make a menacingly dense swarm,
yeah.
and it's not even close
Yeah.
to a fraction of what that is. The thing about like 1.4 million, you said?
Billion.
Jesus Christ. That's so fucking.
You're like, no, not billion.
That's so. That's such an exponential increase. I can't even tell you. So 1.4 million. The thing that's scary about 1.4 million bugs versus a single human is that like it's not even like
Billions.
because we talked about the gorillas and the
Yeah, that's where it got the
Right.
That's the discourse right now.
right, and the issue with like how many kids or like how many persons versus a gorilla is that ultimately there's only a maximum of like a handful of people that can have any real impact
Right.
on the gorilla at any given moment. So really the gorilla's
What do you
only
mean by that?
I mean
By proximity.
by proximity.
Oh, only
like-
so many can even get near him in a first.
right, because the space is being taken by people.
Yeah.
So like a gorilla's only really fighting maybe 7 people at once, and that's generous. Maybe a little bit more, maybe
a little
maybe
bit
10,
more. Yeah, somewhere around 10, 15.
10, 15 at any given moment. So it's
Yeah.
still a lot of people, but it's only like 10 to 15 at a time. With
Yeah.
bugs, that's a lot at a time, dude. Like that's a
fill up spaces.
concerning amount at a time.
Look, man,
And
even
they
the
have
roly
poison and
polies
shit.
can whoop your ass.
That's
'Cause, like,
easily a million at a time.
the roly polies will suffocate you after a while.
Yeah, they'll like
start
crawl into your
crawling
fucking
your
body.
throat.
Start crawl-
They'll choke you.
And like just angry roly polies too. It sounds crazy. Like what do they do? What is
Even just one bee gets up into your sinuses, it's over. You know,
Dude, it stings your fucking like sinuses.
if a bee crawls into your yeah, can you fucking imagine?
Itchy under my
No,
head.
I want you to really vividly imagine this. Imagine a bee crawls up your nose and stings you in your sinuses.
I mean, I'd want to be dead.
Yeah, like, you'd
I
kill yourself
I don't
there,
want
right?
to be alive at that point.
You hear it buzzing, rattling around in your fucking head.
Ugh.
Oh my god,
One
it's
gets
a horror
in your
movie.
pee hole and stings your fucking pee holes. Makes it to your prostate, stings your prostate.
Yeah, runs
You
up your
come real hard
rectum.
when you die.
Runs up your rectum, stings your fucking Stormfront barcode tattoo.
yeah.
Ruins your tattoo
ruins
and your life.
And now you're like, I don't want to live anymore. My tattoo's ruined.
And now you can't shit without immense pain.
Yeah, I'm done at that point.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah. I Want a Cock by Twisted Brothers.
Of course.
Andy the Man Who's Handy sent our back to S tier and Forever Dandy. Kingston's dad invented the N-word. Kingston and Chris's dads arguing over who has slaughtered the most jungle-dwelling creatures. Heath Smoker, Colin Moriarty, Gids, the little N-word. Gay detective named Inspector Gaggett. Shannon Sharp savagely shredding Skip's sphincter. Colin Moriarty. Dave Blunt's trampled at a Travis Scott concert. Colin Moriarty. BB. Only the gayest will survive. Lead me to penis in my behind. Kevin Durant's feet. Colin Moriarty. SJ. When me did 14 because use me mouth as him fassy hole.
It's over, Skip. It's all over, Skip.
It's over, Skip. I'm kind of fucked, Skip.
Fuck you, I ain't paying my TV license, bitch. Mr. Pants, Colin Moriarty.
I'm slow stroking, Skip. Slow stroking.
Fuckface Unstoppable, Colin Moriarty, Aragorn.
I'm gonna choke the shit out of
Cutting
your
out
colon, Skip.
Netanyahu's colon while Legolas and Gimli compete over who can dome the most IDF soldiers.
Nice.
Sween's dad affectionately talking about his 5th wife, but somehow his 7th divorce. Jolly old dipshit, the ace of parades. Colin Moriarty. 100 Sweeneys versus a half a gorilla.
Half a gorilla. How does that even work?
I guess, is it a gorilla cut in half, or is it just like a small gorilla?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, is it? Yeah, like
I'm thinking cut in half.
a cut in half gorilla that's somehow still alive.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Sweeney probably. Michael Vick fights Crypto the super dog and beats him badly. Colin Moriarty.
Colin.
Let's go. Switching it up. Lickle. Oh my god, what the fuck is this?
Is this a reference to anything? The fuck is this?
Who is that?
It's Doja Cat.
Oh.
A xenomorph, maybe?
What?
You know what that looks like? That looks like
Actually, though, xenomorph.
in Ghost of Tsushima when you enter a place that you're not supposed to be, and they shoot fucking
All the
2
arrows.
Oh
million arrows.
yeah. Yeah, I have no. I'm like, this must be a reference to something.
No, I think
I
that's
think
just
a xenomorph.
Why would that be a xenomorph?
that's just her entering a location
They
that
have,
she's
they have
under
those
level
fucking
for.
things.
I think you're right.
They have those things on them, those tubes.
I don't
Not
see
really.
anything. I don't. That would.
Are those not tubes? Those
These
are
look
arrows?
like
Lickle Batty
these look
Bug
like exhaust
King
pipes.
Oh,
Like you
little
know-
Lickle Batty
It's a car.
Bug King Steedle.
Wait, I think you're actually right. Wait, what is it?
A little Batty Bug King Steedle.
King Steedle.
No liking the gay little beetles.
I think we might be onto something with the car thing because this is this not like a like
That's a bitch.
a
Who is that?
it's same Doja
That's
Cat.
Doja Cat?
Yeah,
Why is she so pale?
she's
always
Has she always been
she's light
pale?
skin. Yeah,
She doesn't like him.
That's exceptionally
She's
light
a
though.
half grow.
yeah, she's a half breed. She looks very Hispanic right here. Though.
Yeah, she was, that's what's throwing me.
Yeah, but isn't that not like car thing or like this looks like some type of like
Yeah, it looks like
Or-
a front of a 1950s engine or
Yeah.
something like from Greece.
or the Nemesis from Buzz Lightyear's Nemesis.
I don't
Zurg?
fucking know what that is.
Zurg. Doesn't
Oh,
that look like Zurg a little bit?
I thought you meant
Like
he had a
it's-
car called the Nemesis.
That would be cool as shit though.
That is not a good guy's car's name.
Yeah.
Not the Nemesis.
Buzz Lightyear drives the Nemesis.
It is unusually foreshadowing or like foreboding.
right.
Sonic fans found a way to recompile Xbox 360 games. Fuck it, I'm too tired for this shit. Colin Moriarty. Somebody else did Colin. Smidgy the Kid. Bam. Kingston's dad thumbing the eyes of dogs on the street. Colin Moriarty. Post clarity nut from Hell's Heart. I come at thee. Star Coffee. 0.9, bruv. Oh my god. Yush. Colin Moriarty. Consider again that dot. Every saint and sinner in history ever lived there. On a mote of dust suspended in Sweeney's tooth cap.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Craig the Canadian, Colin Moriarty, it's your boy Shawnee D. Only the gayest will fuck the guys. Lead me to gay nightclubs in the night. Suck on the shaft and cup is bald. I'll be the one to save us all.
I don't know what that is.
That's Blow Me Away by Breaking Benjamin yet again.
Oh, okay.
Syllables are still fucked. Nobody can get the syllables right. Snark Tank fan, now homeless and deported. Cerber Satan 267, right. Colin Moriarty. Kingston's dad singing squashed N-word on karaoke night, but refusing to say the N-word. Colin Moriarty. Stealing Sween's mid-recording, and moving it in. Wait, what? Stealing Sween's mid-recording and moving in with his father to give him the Batsy Boy that he always wanted. I don't understand.
I don't know. Thank you though.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Thank you though.
Whatever. Thanks.
We're gonna start answering every question like that.
yeah.
I don't know. Thank you though. We did answer it. Maybe not to your satisfaction, but we answered it.
Will you answer the question?
Much appreciated.
Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking. Colin MH, Lord of all Moriarty. Colin Moriarty.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Moriarty. Opie, won't you blow me? Waiting for the sweet hunting tier. I want his pelt. Colin Moriarty. Kremlin to Gremlin. Colin Mariachi.
Colin Mariachis.
It's Mexican
cool.
Colin.
Dude, he's got to wear a sombrero. That sounds badass.
That's crazy.
Look, I'm Ghost of Cochina.
It's me,
Cochina.
Colin Mariachi. What are the financials for PlayStation this week, Holmes? GTA 5 still clawing in there in the top 20.
The top 20.
Crazy.
Crazy, man.
Crazy, man. Colin Mariachi's awesome. That is a great bit. Yeah.
That badass, dude.
How can this be, Holmes?
I think he was about to kill himself, and he's like, wait, but then he just found a new identity.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, no.
He just becomes Colin Mariachi,
Yeah.
but he does the same job at the same. He goes into witness protection and changes his name to Colin Mariachi, but he still does the podcast.
What's he hiding from? What's he hiding from?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know yet.
The government told him that that would be the best way for him to, the government told him like you should hide,
Yeah.
but he doesn't trust the government,
Right.
So-
Right. So
so he just does the same thing he did before.
Right.
Colin Mariachi, welcome to Sacred Symbolitos. Oh my god. 9th level wizard of evocation spell, Ichikolin, Colin Moriarty, Kingston's dad's voice. Kingston, my boy, use your nursing skills to heal my friend here, Judge Holden. Wage Slave 583, Colin Moriarty, the Papini brothers, Jeffrey Epstein in the Minecraft movie be like, I am Steen. Donk Donkerson, the colon swinging slasher,
Nice.
epic rap battles of history, Casey Anthony versus Hawk Tour Girl. PP will be working on a drawing for Final Fantasy.
yeah.
We'll change name when it's complete. Hell yeah. I was fucking some butt down at a place called The Nut with a femboy named Brianna Wu when I walked walked in a man with a cock in his hand. This is a fucking limerick? What is this?
I don't know.
I haven't thought about Brianna Wu in forever.
Yeah, Brianna. Have you seen her? She's tried out of a fucking. She's
Oh yeah, she
did.
did. It's amazing. I feel so great.
Yeah.
By the way, of just
Yeah.
like the people that I have chosen to shit on, even before they made these like shifts,
Right.
like Candace Owens and Brianna Wu.
Yeah.
I was just so on the money,
Of course.
as many of us were, to be fair.
Of course.
But like, it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, gee, the people who are acting fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, it's almost like psychopaths are always insane.
Yeah.
Sort of
And
like that. Yeah.
crave attention.
Yeah, crazy how
have
that
no
works.
fucking morals or convictions.
Yeah.
Like, weird.
I'm glad they're racist.
The anger that I
I'm
felt it.
glad Candace
I saw
Owens'
Candace-
child faces racism. I'm glad.
Well, I saw
I'm
Candace.
glad.
Well, the thing about
Deserves
Candace
it.
Owens, I saw her like she's making the rounds now because she's flopping yet again
Oh yeah.
because she's actually criticizing Israel. Obviously.
Oh right.
Probably for
but for the wrong fucking
for
reasons.
certain reasons. But I saw an interview with her with Theo Von, of course.
Oh,
And
Fucking that
unfortunately, if you don't know any better, she comes across as very reasonable.
reasonable.
Like I can see people watching that podcast and being like, "Oh man,
Oh,
Candace
like
Owens
if
is a
they've never
reasonable
heard of
person." Yeah,
her
they never
and
heard of it.
shit. Yeah,
It's just
dude.
like she's a scamster, man. But like, whatever.
It's so
Fucking
crazy
Theo
that
Von,
she
man.
showed her ass on fucking Joe Rogan all the way back then where I messaged him and Joe Rogan understood that she's full of shit.
Yeah.
And somehow she got rehabilitated like so quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? All right, whatever.
It doesn't matter.
I can't stand Theo Von because I feel like
Well, he's another one of these fucking like a real, because centrism, like in the way that we understand it in a propagandist terms, is not a real person. They're always lying. Like anyone, like say Boogie, right? Boogie has progressive ideals, but he was like, can we both get along? Like that's fake. That is a fake way to exist. It's not real.
Right.
So then you have Theo Von, who has some sort of ideals. I don't know what he believes per se, but then he'll bring on Bernie Sanders, and then he'll bring on the devil. You know what I mean? Like he just like. Then I'm like, you're fucking.
It's Saturday Night Live with your host,
Satan.
the devil.
he comes in with his fucking greetings.
I just flew up from hell, and boy, are my fucking wings tired. There's an imp in the audience. It's his hype imp.
It's this hype imp.
Some guy, people are laughing so hard. Some guy's bashing his legs until there's juice.
That's like the fucking what was it? Fucking Jay Leno. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name.
I love that was what you were doing to try to instill.
Yeah, I was like, come on, you guys
to
know.
to reignite the memory.
See this man? See this guy? It's fucking Satan himself.
That's the twist. Is that actually the devil is just Jay Leno?
It's just red Jay Leno.
It's just red. It's It's Jay Redo.
He just spawns and he's red.
Ray Geno's
It's me, Jay Redo.
It's Jay
Hey, how's it
Redo.
going? Redo, it's me.
I'm
I'm
Redo.
red. Can't you see?
I'm evil. I'm spawning.
You seeing this?
He's seen this.
So you hear about this thing in the news about me being red? Crazy, right? How expensive? How much did that cost?
Look, man. I mean,
I got red because I got a surgery to replace all my skin with red skin.
like if you want
Because I was getting so bruised up all the time, I didn't want people to notice when it was happening to me.
that's actually pretty smart.
It's a genius move because I'm Jay Redo.
It's because I'm Jay.
I'm the king of late night. You remember me?
Please read the name.
I've got a tank that I literally drive down the street. What the fuck is that about?
Please go away, Jay. Please go away. Please go away.
You guys want to see me make balloon animals and make them live?
And make them.
You want to see me imbue rubber with sentience?
I like how he's so like
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
refuses to go. Like he has to drive down the street in a tank to be like, look at me,
Look at me.
look at me. Like
Blade Dreno.
like go home.
I haven't made enough money and gotten enough attention yet. Here's my tank.
That's like.
You seeing this?
Who does that? Imagine being as rich as him and doing stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like Elon Musk. It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is wrong with you?
You couldn't.
Go home.
The amount of nothing that I would be doing.
Yeah.
And I don't mean nothing as in like I wouldn't be doing anything. I just mean like I wouldn't make it other people's problem
Dude,
if I was rich.
you would forget that I exist.
Yeah, you would all never see me again.
Yeah. Like,
You know?
why the fuck? Like, crazy assholes, man.
Yeah.
Crazy fucking Jay Reno.
You hear about this Conan O'Brien fella? I killed him.
Yeah. I severed his spine.
Yeah, I walked into his podcast studio, killed his Armenian assistant, and then ate him.
And
He's pretty tall too. It
I
took
ate
me a
him on
while.
a Armenian Genocide Day.
Yeah.
That was 2 days ago.
Fuck
Oh,
you, so-
That was last week, I think.
Yeah, last week, last Thursday.
Yeah, it
was
Fuck
the
you,
day
Sonam
before my
Obsessian. Yeah, it was the day. It was Thursday, and I remember like going to your party, being like, "Oh fuck, I gotta leave early." I was gonna leave early anyway, but then like my headache got bad, and I left early for that reason. But I was gonna be like, "Oh man, tomorrow's Armenian Genocide Day. I gotta go fucking grocery shopping today because they're gonna be closed."
Oh, right.
I have on my calendar as Armenian Inconvenience Day.
It's crazy. That's what you call it.
Well, because dude, like I don't know, man.
You have his Turkish calendar.
Yeah, dude. Look, with all due
Armenian
respect, like
Inconvenience Day.
I know the Armenian Genocide happened. I get it, right? But like, I can't help but compare it to other genocides where they don't make it. They don't shut everything down for it. You know what I
If you
mean?
lived in an area where it was predominantly one group, you might have experienced it.
Listen,
Yeah,
man, no, because there was literally a Holocaust, and the Jews in New York City were. Let me tell you something. I don't want to feed into stereotypes, but they were running their business on the you know.
They ain't shutting down a day.
Yeah.
They're open 7 days a week.
You ain't
Here's a
closing-
bit.
And I, you know what?
We ain't closing these banks.
In fact, you know what I love?
We did it last time. We got killed for it. So we're not doing it.
Yeah, I love it. I love him for it. Honestly, like nothing,
In fact.
nothing instilled. I'm just gonna be straight up. I have a there's like a thin undercurrent of Armenian bigotry in me. I think, and it's not that it comes from like instilled from. It's literally just being
From living.
yeah from living, and it's I know it's not fair because it's probably like the most obnoxious people here. You know what I mean? It's probably not representative. Whatever.
Yeah,
I get it. I'm intellectually like I get that.
Look,
But man, I remember going to get
I
groceries.
worked in Glendale.
I remember going to
went
get
school there.
groceries just one day, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't have any groceries." And then the Ralph's is closed, and then the other place is closed, and then the gas station is closed, and then everything's closed
yeah.
to remember this genocide. And I don't know, was it 6 million? You know,
Look, all I gotta say is
I don't know, man.
Big fucking deal, system. How about you shut the fuck up? How about you stop it? Dude,
I
System
just
of a,
mean I need my grocery. I gotta live, you know.
Dude, System of a Down refused to make an album since 2005, but in honor of
Armenian genocide
Armenia
there?
getting fucked up by the Azerbaijan people or whoever,
Yeah, in like
they
2002, right?
They made no. This is recent, like 2020.
Yeah, they put out an
That's what I
album,
meant.
right?
They put out
That's what I meant,
two
yeah.
songs. They put out two
They
new
did.
songs for that, and I'm just like, that is
That's their people.
that is
I don't.
it's really or I'm just like, well, hear me out, guys. If we start, doing stuff to the Armenian people again.
That's crazy.
System of a Down were releasing an album.
That is insane.
Listen. I know it's terrible.
I'm going to adopt the life of bigotry towards Armenians because I feel like it may force
I gotta
System
clip
of a
this
Down's
out.
hand.
I gotta clip this moment. I gotta clip that moment.
That is wild.
Hear me out.
Hear me out, fellas.
Look,
I don't want it to happen, but if it's gonna happen,
You hear about these guys System of a Down?
I worked in Glendale for 4 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you have
Right by the high school. I went to college there and got a degree at Glendale Community College.
Okay.
Uh-huh, you did.
Look.
Well, what's this gonna happen?
I have plenty of Armenian friends. I think it is what happens when one culture is
black friends.
a very prominent area.
That is also
That
part
is
of it.
all it is. I
That
think
is
it
also
the fact
part of
that,
it.
Like,
When it's
Glendale
all
is
when it,
75% Armenian
Yeah.
probably by now. So it becomes you are a different person from me in my area where everyone understands me, knows what I want, agrees with me for most of everything.
Look, man,
So I think it's that
you
kind
can
of
do that with anything.
honestly,
You know
what
what I mean?
what I wish I just want like
Any
look,
culture you can do
here's
that
the here's
No,
the
yeah,
one thing.
any culture could be doing
Here's-
the way that.
True, but here's my one piece of advice
Yeah.
to all our lovely Armenian listeners,
Oh yeah.
of which there are many.
Yeah, but many. It's
Yeah.
a very large percentage
very large.
actually.
I just want to say this: if you're going to open up a restaurant, it doesn't have to be Armenian fusion with some random other thing.
Yes.
You're allowed. You're allowed to make an Italian restaurant. You're allowed to do fucking India food. You're allowed to do whatever you want to do. I don't know what it is
I'm
about.
not on this side anymore. I don't experience that anymore. I'm not on this side.
I'm totally still. I'm,
What do you mean you don't experience it?
I
with you.
don't experience it anymore. I don't go.
Oh, you
you don't
You
go
don't-
outside.
I don't come over. I don't come over here for sure.
Yeah, you don't. You just go to fucking Frank and Sons and home.
No, I hang
yeah.
out like Altadena and shit like that in Arcadia.
What
And
the
there's
I'm not
Asian
going all
people
the way
over
to
there.
fucking Arcadia.
Oh yeah,
Asian
you just
over
go to
there.
these white pockets and play cards, right?
Yeah, I go
Yeah.
play
You
cards and
gentrify
shit.
yourself.
Yeah,
I go like no, it's not white
Where there's
spots.
just
it's Asians.
fucking,
it's super Asian. Like my whole life has always
so
been.
there's just like like Chinese food and Raising Canes. That's like it's over there.
That's the only thing.
Anyway,
and I'm being a freaking in and out.
anyway.
That's the only thing that's over in that area.
Anyway, that's the one thing. It's just like I don't know why they're so insistent.
It's because
on
of the fact that there's so many Armenian people here, so they're like, oh,
No, but
why
that's what I'm
don't
saying.
I infuse my culture, the food that people like
But
in
like,
this area,
don't
in
you
it?
want
Different
food?
That's what I'm saying.
I understand.
Oh, I
that.
can't have a pizza without fucking Armenian slop on top of it.
Oh,
like,
relax.
like, does it have to be?
You guys are in my zone right now.
I'm just like, oh,
you guys sound like me, and I'm
No,
scared.
is it?
Can I get a pepperoni?
is it-
Let me get a pepperoni, please. And then all of a
You want
sudden,
baklava on it? It's like, nigga, I did. When the fuck?
they
fuck
fucking
did I say that?
pureed that baklava, and then that's the tomato sauce. And I'm like, oh,
Dude,
didn't-
I just want a
lamb pepperoni, and I'm like, oh, I didn't. Okay,
That sounds good though.
I mean, I would eat it, but
Lamb pepperoni sounds pretty good.
I'm actually,
good.
I'm just trying to.
but I know what you mean.
I'm
like
just trying to
it's-
be obtuse.
Look,
I
man,
just
I don't know.
yeah. I remember there was a we won't mention it by name, but there was a breakfast sandwich place that opened up kind of close to me.
Uh-huh.
And I remember like it was being made, and I remember being like, "Oh, cool! I'm excited." Oh man, having a bacon, egg, and cheese like right next door. That I was about to be so over the moon about it.
Yeah.
Right. And then it opens, and it's an Armenian fusion thing where it's just like they do breakfast burritos, and so it's Armenian and Mexican food. It's like it's not at all what I thought,
Yeah.
and it's just like, okay, cool.
Where you're at. It's where you're at, man.
I would have killed for a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah.
It is where you're at. You're not gonna get that around. You're not gonna get a bacon that gets like this back east.
Yeah, there's even like say,
Never.
dude,
It's
dude,
fucking
The ones at New York, Noah's Bagels are actually not too bad.
Noah's are
dude, there's
they're
that burger
fine.
joint.
The Noah's there specifically is pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
right,
it is,
right,
yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
It's fine. It was by where I used to live.
Do you know? Do you know
Like,
the?
right by.
Do you know where the Domino's is by like Olive or something? It's
us.
a little past it. I think it's so on Glen Oaks. There's a burger joint called like Apollo's or something. Sounds Greek.
Oh, I don't know. I never
There's like
been.
a burger joint that like so you just keep going.
Is it good?
No. So so I
So
live
quick.
for the mom and pop burger joints. Like say they're all over my hometown.
Yeah, they're so good.
Going to South Central, Jesus Christ, some of the best ones. This place, I got a cheeseburger, right? I was so excited. I'm like, yeah, and it had these fucking red peppers that the Armenians use to season everything, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Because you're just supposed to put like salt and pepper, right? You salt and pepper a burger, and then you charbroil it, whatever. It's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
It's a very different flavor from what I'm used to because, again, I buy chicken with that seasoning on it. Like I go to
Sure.
this local Armenian thing and I get it seasoned the chicken. It's delicious. But like when I just want to get a burger proper from a joint, and then the diner is set up the way that it's like normal things, like a Norm's or whatever the fuck you'd go to.
Yeah.
And then I'm eating it, and I'm like, what is this?
What are we doing?
I was like so disappointed. I couldn't.
I love it. I love it, man. I love that you guys are upset, man. Make me happy. I love it. I don't
do you
have. I'm not on.
because he doesn't have to deal with it.
I'm on the other side of town. So the other side of
Well, I
town is just
don't-
like regular stuff.
I am exaggerating to a degree. Like
Of
I don't.
course.
There's places to eat. It's just weird when there's like a new place that opens, because that happens infrequently. And so like when it is, and it is that fusion thing.
Yeah.
I notice it, and it's just like, well, why? There's enough places around here that do all
so
sorts
many.
of things.
There's so many.
It'd be nice.
And there's no breakfast. And there's no breakfast sandwich place. That's what bothers me. You can only go to Dunkin' or Noah's. Those are fine, but they're chains.
Yeah.
I like Noah's, but like it's come on.
Yeah. There's a donut shop called Yum Yum that's not bad.
Yeah. I remember.
For sandwiches?
Yeah, if you want to get some sandwiches, they got some bagel sandwiches.
Really?
Yeah. So that place is
I
open.
just
24
assumed that it was just a donut place.
No, it's
There's one by my house that was really good.
24 hour.
Actually.
The
The little
Yum Yums-
hut. The little
Yeah,
hut.
I knew
Yeah.
that it was 24 hours. I've
Glen
gotten
Oaks.
I've gotten like Snapples from them.
So they got they
But
have
and I've gotten donuts from them.
they have
but, like,
decent breakfast
I've
sandwiches.
walked there
The
like
only thing-
3 a.m. before and gotten food from there before.
Yeah.
there you go.
Same.
3
I just
a.m.
wouldn't in the summer get it because for the when the flies are blooming, they just hang out there. Because I would stop by the there and I was like, oh, I'm maybe gonna get like an iced coffee or something because it's like hot, and then I'm just seeing the flies just having the party.
Oh, maybe
I
I'll-
love Foster's.
And
That's
I'm
my
like-
fucking spot.
Why the fuck would
Foster's. I really like.
they got
That
good
was-
fucking ice cream, dude?
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Go on. I mean,
know
that's
ice
what they're
cream
mainly
Foster's?
known
That's-
for.
I mean, I guess.
Foster's Tweez.
I'm not a.
I had a burger from there.
Do they
I
do?
didn't like
what
it.
kind of ice cream do they do?
Well, it's just like
Soft serve.
it's
They do
a,
soft
it's
serve
a
there?
soft serve, and it also has that like fucking.
Dude, I love soft serve.
And it like has that.
I might go now.
You know, the
actually.
homemade ice cream has like a lot of like a kind of a yellowish golden tint to it.
Yeah.
That's not like their standard vanilla. It's delicious.
Dude, I went home to New York once.
Yeah.
Kind of recently, and my mom was like, "You want to have this? You want to have some ice cream that I made?" And I'm like, "You're making ice cream?"
Oh, she made ice cream.
Yeah, and it was pretty fucking crazy good. But I was like, that didn't strike me as something that you could make. I guess.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Just
it
need
just
the right,
seemed
just
like
need the right stuff.
yeah, it just felt like you need a factory for that.
Me and my brother tried to make some a long time ago. We didn't have rock salt, so that was the biggest problem.
Oh, you need rock salt
You
for
need
it?
rock salt, yeah, yeah, and that was the biggest problem we didn't have. We used regular fucking salt.
I bet it came out fucked.
It came out.
came out
it basically
misshaped. It was
like milk. You know, like it
Yeah.
just didn't. It didn't do its thing.
You use rock
All
salt
right,
so it's
Let's get
smooth.
the. This is making me hungry, actually. Me Be Fishy, Limp Bizkit and Gravy, Colin Moriarty, John Strickland, Mercs 1889, contributing that super fucked up drawing of Kingston. Jesus. The first church of Colin Moriarty featuring Keith David, Colin Moriarty, Pre-Roz, Blake 896, Ass Creed, Enter Anus, Testicles, but it's pronounced like a Greek hero. Carnage with that smooth criminal drip has to be seen to be believed.
It's hilarious. You never seen it?
No, what is that?
Carnage wearing the smooth what Michael Jackson's wearing.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that.
Sounds so
Das
stupid, but
Goopy.
cool.
I keep hearing Carl Sagan and thinking of Bob Saget. That's very weird.
Yeah, that's.
Welcome to America's Funniest Home Videos. Today we'll be watching a dog fall down.
I think I
all silly like.
I would way rather have watched that.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of Bob Saget going, "Hey, look at me, I'm a little dumbass kid. Oh, I fell again. Oh, I'm fucking
That was
stupid."
really egregiously bad.
I couldn't. I was like, this would be so much funnier if he didn't do that.
Yeah,
I was
just like let the video play. That's why I like Tom Bergeron a lot more.
Uh-huh.
Like when he was doing AFV, I think they called it.
Yeah, I think so.
I liked him a lot because he would just let the video play. Like he would have like he would have his monologues and like
I love Tom Bergeron.
yeah, like he has that.
I can't find it for some reason. It's not on here.
He has
Weird
that like
on Twitter.
that old dad from Spy Kids energy.
Yeah.
You know, where just like he seemed like a really nice.
And then they had
guy.
Alfonso Rivera on there too.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh
right.
right.
That's right. I forgot they did that.
That show was my
That was when they went
foundation.
woke, so I didn't watch it then.
Whoa. That's when what's it called? That was when I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
DIAMV. I was watching that show a lot when I was a kid and laughing too hard at stuff.
They put a blackest
person home videos. What is this?
America's blackest home
The
Negroes.
the wonders of the universe are vast. Why would they put a black person in charge of America's Funniest Home Videos?
Why are there black
I
people, period?
love anti-woke Carl Sagan.
Anti-war Carl Sagan.
That's
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Where did black people come from?
Well,
and
it's so
why
nice,
is it
it's
not
so,
Earth?
it's so nice to be on your podcast, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I'm such a big fan of yours.
Of course, I think this is the best podcast in the universe.
What do you think about the lockdowns?
I think it's corrupt faggots.
Read the names.
You
I
know,
want to go home now. I want to go home now. Read the names.
That make me dizzy.
Oh my god.
Don't say that word, everybody.
I'm afraid to say what you think. That's why I love you so much.
I didn't say that, by the way. Carl Sagan, anti-woke Carl Sagan said that.
He said that.
Carl Sagan spoke through me.
Yeah, anti-woke Carl Sagan spoke through me. That wasn't me. That wasn't Chris Maldonado.
Have you seen this arc that Neil deGrasse Tyson's going on?
I don't know. I think.
What do you mean?
I'm
What's he
pretty
doing?
sure it was a joke.
He's
but
doing
a bad
like
joke.
this. It seems like the final boss of centrism or something. Like where?
What do you mean?
He's like he'll cryptically criticize Trump, kind of, but then also do this weird thing where it seems in support. It doesn't make sense. What
I don't
he's
think
doing.
I've seen that.
He's putting all these posts. Just go on his official Instagram.
His last Twitter post is stupid.
And he
What was it?
recently
What did he
talked
say?
to he had like this line of MAGA hats, and they said different things. And one of them,
But
doesn't.
didn't it say make science great again and make
one was like,
liars?
make America great again, make lying bad again,
Make lying bad
and
again.
makes people make school smart again.
I
And then make-
don't see that.
I
as,
understand.
I don't see that as like a support.
The thing is that he's always criticized him and Elon a lot, but I just don't like the joke because I don't want him anywhere near that. I actually look up to him.
I think I know what you mean. Like
So look,
he's playing in the muck kind of thing.
Let me give you an example. So he's wearing an Occupy Mars shirt, and it says, "This is 3 days ago. A desire both Elon Musk and I have in common."
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's like uber centrism.
Sure.
Where he's
I
finding common ground between this fucking villain that's absolutely gutting our fucking economy.
I agree that it's a little too centrist. I think it's kind
a
of
very
idea of,
weird thing to do where it's like, oh, we have some common ground.
I think it's kind of
it's like,
saying
here's the one thing we agree on. And he
Yeah.
may be saying it's the only thing or something, but it's
I
still,
think that's what he's trying to say. There's the only thing we agree on.
But like,
But
also, what does that do?
I
guess. I
It's
guess.
like, it is, like I said, it is the final boss of centrism.
I do think I think he's a smart guy. So I think there's a strategy in some sense of if I can say nice things about Elon that I genuinely mean.
Maybe he won't kill me.
No, I think it's more like
maybe I can draw those retards over to me
yeah,
and
that
then
maybe
convince them.
I can get some people over here and think a little bit because ultimately, like they're babies. You know, you have to treat them like they're children.
Yeah.
And so you have to be like, hey, I want to get to Mars as well.
Because he's
come over
actively
here and let me
criticized
teach you
them
about
both
things.
a lot. Like he goes against like people that are.
I've seen too many statements from him that are obviously not in support for me to really look into anything.
I just don't want him there.
I don't want him there either.
I just don't want him there. I like him too much.
That's goopy. Wait, where's the carnage in his fucking?
I couldn't find it on what you call it on the internet.
Okay.
It has to be on Twitter somewhere.
Oh well. I keep hearing Carl saying, okay, Kingston, the name of the planet in the Elder Scrolls is Nim, not Nern.
Yeah.
Nim. Colin Moriarty, 9 in Gaius, fill up my hole, Nikki Zig.
Nice.
Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah. Fermented pygmy. Jesus. Colin Moriarty, maybe the comedy shorts were the rapists.
The rapist we made along the way.
We met along the way.
That's fucking horrid.
That's insane. Fuck Ian Watkins for tainting HMV hell. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Badly Brave, Dog the Baby Hunter, Aetherian needs help lowering his weapon in Halo 3, Penis, Nafram, Melphis 1, and rounding out our list. The ever-present and ever-loyal
Page 4 is getting long, man.
Huh?
Page 4 is getting long, man. It's time to grow page 4.
Yeah, I mean...
Shout out. Let's make it a page 5, man.
Let's make it a page 5.
Let's make it 10 pages. 10!
Let's make it 10 pages.
So
Let's make it 10 pages of all Colin Moriarty's.
Let's
You
do it
guys
like
got
a fucking spirit bomb.
One more week of Colin Moriarty's, and we supposed to get one more week. Colin Moriarty, and I want it all Colin Moriarty.
Yeah. I want it all
But after that-
absolute
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Cinema.
That'd be great. I wonder.
That's the new DC comics coming
I feel
out.
like only Jordan would be brave enough to do
They're
that.
doing the absolute line of DC Comics, so I want there to be the last comic that comes
All right.
out at the end of it.
That'd be pretty
Where for the JLA for that universe.
Let's get the
it's
fuck out
called
of here.
the Absolute-
We'll see you guys next time on the Snark Tank podcast. Remember, patreon.com/Snark Tank. Join over there. Jump on the tiers. Early access, ad free. Ask questions. Get your name read. Okay. Bye, guys.